Welcome to MotoGP in 2025. We're one more step closer to the 2025 season. Welcome to Buriram, and this is day one of 2 of the final pre-season test. Hello everybody, welcome back to pre-season testing. MotoGP in 2025 is revving up and we can't wait to get started. 2 sessions then coming into today, and it's day 1, session 1, 3 hours ahead on the clock before we'll then go again for the remaining couple, and the riders are already out there on the circuit. Hello everybody, welcome to JB Motorsports. Live coverage on JBMotorsportsXtra, and then watch along back on a replay on JB Motorsports. Today we're on JB Extra, tomorrow we're on JB Motorsports 2, as just a heads up as well. But here we are then, ready to get started, and welcome to everybody watching us on Twitch as per normal. So, the season launch in Bangkok went absolutely fantastic. Everybody gearing up and ready to go. Now, what are we going to see here in 2025? There's a lot of interest and a lot at stake as well. To begin with, though, let's cross back over and rejoin our coverage of the 2024 season for MotoGP. And let's start with what we're going to get through and head back to Aragon, round 12 of the season. And we'll be alongside live timing coverage for your day. We'll be back in an hour and 16 minutes for the latest news, views and opinions. Before we do get started, however, we can give you the information that Raul Fernandez is partaking in this test. He's heading out there. But the world champion of Jorge Martin is not participating as well. Neither is Fabio Di Giannantonio. So, Aprilia really have got work to do with Jorge Martin when the season starts. Right, let's cross back over then and join Aragon as the riders head out there in Buriram at 10 a.m. their time in Thailand. Ready to go. Bezzecchi already, a 1:37.097. First time on the board. We'll be back shortly. Let's go back to Aragon in round 12 of the 2024 season. MotoGP is ready to restart here in Motorland Aragon. We've been away for the circuit for over 2 years, but now we are racing back. It's the first ever Aragon Tissot Sprint, and we are ready for action to resume in MotoGP 2024. Hello everybody, welcome to the Tissot Sprint. We are about to get underway with the world feed getting started right this second, and all the action live here on JB Motorsports Twitch and JB Motorsports 2. Premiere, of course, on JB Motorsports. We're all set then for this one. Marc Marquez on pole position. It really is going to be a fantastic event. Let's cross in. MotoGP revs up here in Motorland Aragon. Welcome to the Tissot Sprint for round 12 of MotoGP in 2024. All bikes on the grid, and we're ready for 11 laps of Motorland Aragon. Marc Marquez is on pole position, Pietro Acosta is second, Pecco Bagnaia lines up third. Jorge Martin is fourth with Alex Marquez fifth, Franco Morbidelli is sixth. Brad Binder in 7th with Miguel Oliveira 8th, and 9th for Raul Fernandez. Johan Zarco has 10th on the grid. That's alongside then Aleix Espargaro and Maverick Vinales. Then it's Marco Bezzecchi, Anea Bashini and Jack Miller, Fabio Di Giannantonio, Fabio Quartararo and Takaki Nakagami. Then followed by Agustin Fernandez, Luca Marini, Alex Rins and Juan Mir. Away we go then on the parade lap here for a wonderful Aragon sprint. So I don't know where Megan is at the moment, but we're underway. The position is, oh, this is going to be good though. Let's take a look at the championship and how things currently stand here. Pecco Bagnaia, 275 points. 5 points back is Jorge Martin. The gap just 5. 61 points back is Anea Bashini. Marc Marquez is 83 points back in the championship standings, but does have a chance of being victorious here today. Marc Marquez is top Ducati on a bike that is GP23. No idea what is going to happen next. No idea what will be the turn of events that we could see here today. Megan Birch walks into the side of the commentary box, bang on time. Hello. You've knocked your windshield mic off as well. 11 laps ahead of us then. This is where things really start to get action. And Marc Marquez, are we about to see him win for the very first time on Ducati?
Hopefully.
It's all up in the air at the moment, isn't it?
That it is. Though Mark's been strong all weekend so far, so it's likely that he'll top this.
Also, we literally just finished F2, and then 2 minutes later, we're into MotoGP. So far today, things have been swimmingly.
You must really want a nap.
Yeah, I've not stopped today. I don't think I've actually had an hour since we started at 7:30 this morning. So, yeah, getting quite entertaining. New surface here, Megan, that needs patching in areas. It's still, we haven't raced on it before. This is going to be a giant leap to learn. Usually we have Moto3 and Moto2 out there first, quipping it up. MotoGP, the first race on this surface.
Oh, I can already see little bits of, like, worry looking down at the surface of the track from Marc Marquez there.
Yeah.
So, it'll be an interesting thing to see, to be honest. This will be the first piece of information that we actually get for race purposes.
Yeah. Race winner?
I'm going to go with Marquez.
Alright, fair dues, fair dues.
Or Acosta.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red lights will activate, and yet there's only 5 on the other side. It always gets to me. Green flag at the back. Eyes to the lights then. We're ready to go back racing in Motorland Aragon for the Tissot sprint. 5 lights are on. Pull the throttle back, and it's a terrible start for Becca Bagnaia. Terrible start. He goes straight across the circuit. As he comes into town, you spot something else.
Right there.
That's Aleix. Oh, Aleix is down.
Down.
Aleix had a terrible start. He's gone down. The bike must have had a problem.
It jumped back on him, and ever since then he could not get it sorted that well. Hasn't even airbag deployed. He just got immediately whacked off the bike. Honestly, given the way that bike was looking, probably a good thing.
Alex Rins has gone down a couple more positions as well, so Marc Marquez leads, Martin second. He's made a great start. Acosta now up into 3rd position. Marc Marquez, though, can control the distance at the front. Pecco Bagnaia, though, he looked like, again, this is what we talked about, with no grip being on the racing line. As soon as they pulled the throttle back, it was like, bang! Oh, and Zarco's down!
Yeah. Oh, this is
on
already
entry.
bad.
Look, Zarco's gone down on entry further back, so Johan Zarco's crashed down. 2 before the first lap's even completed.
2 in 2 sectors.
Yeah, not great this at all. So they'll keep an eye out on this delta. They'll keep an eye on it. Zarco's crashed out of this race as well then, coming into it. Marc Marquez leads by 0.6 of a second. Jack Miller gets ahead of Augusto Fernandez, though, as well, on the cusp going into it.
That stayed on an awfully long time.
It did, didn't it? Yeah, no jump starts. Yeah, well, slidey starts. I was looking at the lights, and then as soon as I went out, I looked at, and the first thing I saw was Bagnaia twitch at the line. You spotted Aleix, though.
Yeah, first thing I saw was Aleix. Okay, it was like, do you know when a horse gets frightened and jumps up? That was what it was like.
Yeah.
It was like,
might have a red flag if this is that yellow flag for Ryder.
I hope we get a replay.
We've stayed green. Ryder is okay. I'm delighted to tell you. So there will not be a red flag stoppage to this MotoGP sprint race as we come over the line. Marc Marquez leads though down to turn 1. Martin in 2nd. Acosta in 3rd. Alex Marquez 4th. Bagnaia 5th. Oliveira 6th. Ralph Fernandez 7th. Great start for the two Aprilias. Bezzecchi way off the track there. Quadraro is going to retake him. They just swapped places from 9th and 10th as well. But yeah, and there's Aleix crying. It's his home race, and he's out. Here's the start, Megan.
Okay, you look to where Aleix was, I'll look where Bagnaia was.
Yeah, it bolted. Just did not get going, did it? Completely dead in the middle of the line, like the bike didn't know how to drive.
And then started losing a bit there, but then just completely went.
He couldn't brake and tag the back of Digi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You were looking way back in the field to see that. That was completely almost out of vision to the lights.
I always look right at the back of the field because I know you're always looking at the front. I like to see the back.
Franco Morbidelli. What's happened to him? He's dropped down to 20th place. Has he crashed? Yeah, Morbidelli's crashed. Same place, sector 2.
That must be where the tarmac is newest.
It's down at turn 6. It's exactly the same place. Look where Zarco's crashed. It's identical.
I'd love to get a visual of that, though I could see what you were saying about the lights with Bagnaia.
Oh, there you go. You might be able to restart this. So it's downhill.
Oh, so we just lost it.
Yeah. He's rejoined the race. He's refired it. That's good news for Zarco, actually. He doesn't deserve to be out of there. Sorry, Morbidelli. Doesn't deserve to be out of the race. Oh, Zarco's rejoined the race as well. They've both rejoined the race.
Oh.
So I was wondering why I said Montez, Zarco and Morbidelli. They've both rejoined the race.
Well, that's good. Turn 6 doesn't seem to be that much of a hazard then.
This is turn 16. Binder's got ahead of Raul Fernandez as well. So this is a rather unusual race. Marc Marquez is leading the way comfortably by a second to Martin. And he's just on a 1:47.315. Marc Marquez, it's like he's got this place sewn into him.
He must do.
He's got the feeling of this, I can go well here, I can do well here. Acosta, however, wants to make a name for himself. It's a Spanish 1-2-3.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Refreshing. Look at that there. Martin, 47.7, 48.4 for Bagnaia. Marc Marquez, the fastest Ducati, 47.3.
That's about a lot.
It's a new race. It's coming up on a new race that record soon.
Miller passes Bsky.
All right, so that changes positions again. So Morbidelli has entered the pit lane, so his bike's too much to win. And so is Zarco, actually.
Yeah.
Both out. So that did not last long, did it?
At least he didn't cause a red.
Yeah, that was what I was worried about, actually, when they went down, because we've got to get off here quick to get back to Formula 1. I might have about a 20-minute break before we're back again. Might have one of your Christmas squares again, and then pack of the crisps, and then...
Both seem to be going down well.
Yeah, we should make
half gone.
Here's the start. Now watch Pecco. Immediately goes towards the right. It's the dust. Can you see the sand blowing off? That's the bitumen on the level as well, the dirty part of the track. Hello, someone saw F1. Alay's just going down. Absolutely nothing he could do. That was Bagnaia's start. Bouncing Buckaroo. Rhea stepped out.
It looked like he accidentally must have let go of the front.
Well, it's not the racing line, is it, there? So that's a very dirty side of the grid to keep through. And Davide Tardozzi is really angry there. Well, it's not the first time he's been angry.
I think Aleix was on the same side of the grid too.
Hello, Kieran. Hello, Joshua and Megan.
Hey.
Hello. I can't find my... this is the sprint race, yes. Marc Marquez, 1:47.2. Don't crash, Mark. We're all thinking the same thing. Just keep going.
Well, everyone else is crashing.
But then again, Martin was 2/10 down last lap as Oliveira gets ahead of Pecco Bagnaia.
Oh.
Oliveira's up to 5th, Bagnaia down to 6th. I don't think the GP24 bike with the rear ride height, the traction, works well here.
No, I don't think it does. I mean, they've all seem to be having problems with it.
Yeah. The 23 bikes are doing really well. Marc Marquez, Bsky, Digi, they're all finding the grip out there. Bagnaia struggling to keep Brad Binder behind him as we come downhill through a 5-story drop.
Oliveira's doing extremely well this weekend.
Yeah. It's alarming me. Mark's a second ahead of Martin. The king of the sprints is being outdone by the king of MotoGP. It shouldn't sound as surprising as it does, but this is Mark on a form we've never seen before. Every lap he's going faster and faster and faster.
Just be grateful.
Yeah, but don't override it and crush it. That's what Mark's always been doing this year. How many times have we seen him at the front? But he always overrides it and hits the deck.
Maybe he's using this sprint as kind of like a boundary setting, see what he can do.
Something of an intelligence to go, oh, okay, maybe I won't do that this time around. I won't have a go attack this
He's
time.
He's testing it.
Yeah. Here we go. Binder looking to the inside line. Late on the brakes. One more with Bagnaia. Binder's behind him. This is downhill into turn 16. And then it leaks into 17. Think of the last corner in Australia. It's the same style. 2 different corners in one hairpin due to the bikes being so big. But Binder's got a great run down the inside line into turn 1. Can't make it stick. And Alex is actually under attack from Oliveira.
Huh.
When did Trackhouse become quick again? We saw this in Germany.
I do not know when. They just seem to be really going for it this weekend. They seem strong all weekend.
Yeah, well, Oliveira from Portugal, he has raced in this circuit more as well. As Timothy makes a great point, Spanish riders always dominate this track, except for when Pecco, the Beast, won it as well. Yeah, that was when Pecco held off Mark last time he raced here as well. For his first ever Grand Prix win back then in 2021. What was the championship level?
Yes.
Oh, Great.
Again.
So if it stays as it is, the championship will be exactly level going into tomorrow's Grand Prix.
For the second time in a row.
Yeah, and you can watch tomorrow's Grand Prix live on JBMotorsports 2 and JBMotorsports Twitch, and it'll be premiered on JBMotorsports after the Formula 1 race. So basically, 2's the place to be. As 2's the magic number. Look at Binder, who was smoking up the rear tyre, down to turn 11. Bagnai goes defensive. Just keep it calm, guys. 7 to go. Okay, I think we found a sprint that, of course, sort of doesn't work that well.
Yeah.
It's exciting, but it's not wheel to wheel because everyone's having to save their tyres because of the track. It's just going to rip them apart.
They're all just like, I don't want to end up like Aleix, Zarco, or Morbidelli.
All gone medium front, soft rear, bar Aleix Espargaro went soft front, soft rear. Tomorrow, I can guarantee you they'll go hard front, medium rear. Guarantee that's going to be tomorrow.
At least we never soft, isn't that a good one?
Yeah, softs are not the soft to go through. Hang on, this is now at turn 5. Bagnai went off the track. I was wondering why Bagnai lost 2 places to Alex Marquez and Miguel Oliveira. Do you remember when I said it looked like he dropped? He did. He went off the track.
Huh. I'm really tired.
I think everyone's feeling that today as well. Keeps on going. We're now watching this battle again. Binder's thinking about the inside line down to turns 5 and 6. Just hold it together. Come on, Binder. He's thinking about it. He looks angry, doesn't he? This is a bit more like we like to see from Brad. A bit more ferocity, a bit more lunge and attack and getting his claws out.
I'm fed up of being all the way back here.
And he's thinking about a move on the inside line. And he's going for it. Bagnai went wide. Binder back round the outside. Bagnai's come the inside down through at turn 9. They're side by side at the bottom of the hill. This is fantastic. And Bagnai goes back through.
What the?
Morbidelli's rejoined the race. 3 laps down, mind. But I suppose it's a test session now, isn't it? Quartararo coming out of nowhere at turn 11. Gets on the inside of Raul Fernandez. Beautiful move. Binder's really going to attack now. Is he going to risk it? Lay on the brakes. Nothing through 13. What about into 14? Oh, and he's gone wide. He's gone wide. Yeah, Bagnai went wide again at the exit of 14 to 15. Binder slips back through. So now Martin leads the championship by 1 point.
Yes, this keeps getting more dramatic.
It's ebbing and flowing, this championship battle. It's going to go down to the finale. Unless somebody crashes, this will go down.
Martin?
Well, they've both crashed in important parts of the race this year.
It seems to be the mark of a champion recently.
I was going to say, if they keep it smart, we've got a championship run to the end of the season. Was it 18 rounds, something like that?
Mad about that.
20 next year, of course. It's all right. We should have had like 24 races this year. Yeah. A lot of cancellations from MotoGP have helped us out. Gave us a week holiday.
Next year is going to be tough.
Next year is going to be tough. But we could spread it out a lot more.
Yeah, but it would mean my laptop needs to be used. You know what's the worst thing? Now my grades actually really, really matter.
Megan, why would your laptop need to be used? Shouldn't your laptop need to be used right now? Binder's gone wide. Bagnai's going to try and capitalise on that. Quartararo's in there too. So they're all fighting. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All in a battle together. The last of the points-paying positions. That's what we like to see. Megan, we're literally in here when you're not. You weren't even supposed to be here because of your laptop. So, hello. It's possible.
I just want to go to bed and sleep.
Ah, wake up. We've got 5 laps left. Lap 7 of 11. 7 11. I really want a smoothie now.
Why do they have a lowercase on?
I don't know. There, can we see now any move from Raul Fernandez? Yep. Bastianini goes wide. Oh, he's going to snap back. Snap, crackle, pop, as Jess would put it. And through goes Raul Fernandez for 9th place. Bastianini's going to try and fight back, but I don't think it's going to be worth anything down the straight. Bagnai trying to come back to the inside line of Brad Binder. Bastianini will get ahead, though, of Raul Fernandez into the braking zone for the last corner. And the 2 VR46s of Bezzecchi and Di Gianantonio are now closing back up together as well. 4 to go. Bagnai's got the inside line to try and take 6th position away. Is this a return to form for Marc Marquez? He's 2.5 seconds quicker than Martin. It feels like I'm watching a race from 2019. It's all happening further back. And this is what we've got to worry about, everybody, next year. Marc Marquez is proving to us right here. I've still got it. I haven't lost it. I think he's had it all season, but he's been on a year-old bike. We finally come to a circuit where it's a level playing field for the bikes with no data from last year. Bang!
It means he can finally actually be equal to them all.
Yeah. And this is what he can do when he's equal. So imagine what he's going to be next year on the 25 bike with Bagnaia.
Unstoppable.
It's going to be amazing. 2025 is shaping up to be the best year in Formula 1 and the best year in MotoGP and the best year in every other series we cover. Morbidelli's back in the pits. We're going to be busy.
We will be. And also, Morbidelli, can you just stay somewhere?
Stay still. Just stay still.
Oh.
It's changed again. Bastianini to 7th, Quartararo to 8th, Bagnaia's dropped down to 9th, Quartararo's run off the
wide.
track. Yeah, the Quartararo went off the track, and that's going to be Bastianini right the outside of the pair of them, coming down into turn 13.
Bsky and D'Antonio also swap round.
3 points down the gap in the championship. Bagnaia's going to get a good slip between now and turn 15.
Oh, no.
Going to drag him down to Quartararo.
Bsky has lost another place.
There
to
goes
Augusto Fernandez.
There goes Bagnaia, and there is the move from the back as well. 2 points in the championship now. Is Bastianini going to be told to get out of the way for sprint race points?
Rins loses place to Marini.
This is clever stuff. Quartararo's trying to come back on the inside line. It's still not working out the way he wanted to. Over the line and far away. 3 laps to go. Bagnaia down the deck. Into turn 1, holding its dive off. Jack Miller runs wide and almost becomes lunch for the VR46s of Bsky and D'Antonio.
They've had enough.
Ducati are not hooking their tyres up as they go past Wonderwall. There's Bastianini. See what we did there? Well, 2 days is going to be the day. I wonder what I can do with Marc Marquez. Oasis tickets have gone on sale.
Maybe that's why he's riding so well. Maybe he's got tickets. Oh. And Bsky's got past Jack Miller.
Crofty told a really bad joke yesterday. I was going to interrupt the show here. He said as well he got the Oasis tickets, front row seat, VIP, bottle of water, packet of crisps and some soup. And they all asked, why do you get soup with it? And he says, yeah, it's always a good joke that because you get a roll with it. Roll with the soup. And a roll with a joke. It was terrible. As always, Crofty's jokes are.
It was.
Oh, Megan, you've got a lovely compliment here from the Wonder Bubble.
Oh, thank you.
You just brightened their day and given her an ego boost now. There. 3 to go. About to come 2 to go. Great, Megan's ego is boosted for the rest of the day. I don't need it.
I'm tired too. So that makes it.
Always remarks me is that you don't wear any makeup either.
True.
I do.
I don't wear makeup because I don't even like pen on my hands. Like I know I would just be uncomfortable all day.
I have TV makeup. Sorry, I do. I have TV makeup. Got it years ago. I know exactly what shade I am. Marc Marquez is 3.8 seconds ahead.
I can guess what I am. Pale.
We bow to the master, Marc Marquez, who is returning to form.
I miss the master induction.
Is it me? Or is everyone else just getting Vietnam flashbacks right now? I've stood in this commentary box too many times with Marc Marquez dominating and gone, oh, he's won again. Well done. 2019, I wanted to shoot myself. Marc Marquez wins. Oh, he's out. Wins. Second. Second. Wins. Second. I feel like there's a bloody Jack in the Box.
Well, next year there will be a Jack in the Box.
He was on the podium he was in the first or second in every race he finished. And he only DNF'd once in 2019. Marc Marquez wasn't just a race winner. He was a goddamn demon. Quartararo had been passed by Bastianini and Bagnaia's dropped back. Oh, there we go. Quartararo's going to pass Bagnaia. There we go.
Bye-bye.
Bagnaia's going to try and fight back. Side
was
by
that?
side at the
Yeah.
exit. And through goes the Ducati. Nicely done. Last lap of the Tissot sprint. And Marc Marquez is 4 seconds ahead of Jorge Martin. Martin has won 14 sprint races. Marc Marquez has won none.
He needs it.
His first win on a Ducati is going to come on in a sprint race, just like his brother, Alex Marquez, who's won 2 sprint races.
I mean, at least when they're having Christmas dinner, he can at least say, I've won something this year. I mean, Alex has been like, really? As a
Marc Marquez, where is he on the board? Here we go. 5 seconds.
Oh, Dijantonio just went down a lot. Went wide, I think.
Oh, he must have done. Marc Marquez has 5 silvers and 3 bronzes, never a gold.
He's taking lessons from that Turkish guy in the Olympics.
Yeah.
I genuinely think he got silver on purpose.
Did you?
There he is.
Yeah, behind Nakagami now in 15th place. Bezzecchi passes Raul Fernandez. Nice little slipstream maneuver going on there.
Wow, that's a lot of places lost.
I honestly think we have witnessed something truly dominant here. This is the first year of this, the first track we've come to in MotoGP where there's no data on last year's bike for the main factory Ducati team to use as a reference point to set up the evolution of last year's bike, the GP24. Marc Marquez is on the GP23 bike. It is truly a level playing field. If this is what he can do on a year-old bike, you can see why the paddock is scared about what he can do in the future when he's on the factory bike. He once again returns to form. Rise to the occasion. The king is back. Marc Marquez wins in MotoGP. His first ever race win on a Ducati. He wins the Aragon Sprint. Martin second. Acosta is third. And it's Alex Marquez fourth. Oliveira fifth. Binder to Bastianini. Quartararo at the line. Gets ahead to Bagnaia, Bezzecchi, Raul Fernandez, Augusto Fernandez, Miller Nakagami, Dijantonio, Marini Rins, Mia Vinales, the 19 finishers.
Oh.
Don't call it a comeback. He's never been gone.
Guess who's gone
His
to
brother's there.
congratulate him?
Marc Marquez is a winner again after a 2-year break, and a bird's got him on a fly. He's got a bit of bird dirt on his face there, as Marc Marquez on the lens.
I've always wondered when that would happen to someone.
There, well, Ian Oney headbutted a seagull in Phillip Island a couple of years ago.
Why do I want to laugh?
Keith Ewan said, he's nutted it. Probably, literally, he's coming down the hill, and he sees it coming towards him, and he headbutts it, going downhill.
Just like, well, I'm going to get it anyway.
Yeah. It's a knockout. Glasgow kissed it, I said in the commentary, I think.
Either that, or that seagull stole some of his food.
Martin now leads the title, 279 points to Bagnaia, 276, 3 points. Wow. Can Marc go for a clean sweep the weekend? Marc Marquez has topped every single session. Practice 1, practice 2, qualifying, Tissot sprint.
It's only right he should win the race.
If he wins the warm-up and wins the Grand Prix, Marc Marquez, and he got fastest lap, Grand Slam.
That would be good for a first win in ages.
It's getting better and better, isn't it? It really is. Look at him. I've not seen Marc this happy since his last championship win. And he's won races since then, of course. Won races in 21, won races in 22, winless in 23, and now victory in the sprint in 24. Many people say, oh, it doesn't count as a sprint race win. It's a win.
A win's a win.
A win's a win. He's won it. That's his first win over 2 years. It's his first sprint win. And can he win the Grand Prix tomorrow?
Can only hope.
Bagnaia licks his wounds. He has really let it go. What happened in the last lap between him and Quartararo? Quartararo at the inside, Bagnaia just stayed out.
More like him and Bezzecchi too.
Yeah.
Bezzecchi got ahead of him.
Here.
But then he lost it.
Oh, Bezzecchi slipping through. That's on a 23 bike, by the way. 24s are not going well here, unless you're Martin.
Martin just got lucky with positioning.
9th place for Bagnaia, one of his worst finishing positions of the year as well. Across any Grand Prix or sprint. We're staying on here a bit longer because you've got to appreciate the Marc Marquez, his story. When he crashed in Jerez and all that damage, there was a documentary. He was crying. He did not want to retire. He can't picture life without racing. He doesn't want to leave. And he has fought so hard. He was not listened to at Honda. So he said, all right, I'm off.
Honda, always it's Honda.
He's having a year at Gresini with his brother, a real family team to learn the bike. Next year, he's off to the factory team of Ducati with all the bells and whistles. He's back.
I've always liked that it's a family team and the fact that they're brothers, so they're there together.
If he didn't do the wheelie over the line, he would have won by about 4 seconds. But because he did, he won by 2.961. A wheelie over the line.
He's just like, it's worth it. Why do you think I got so much time?
That man's got more metal than the Borg. Pedro Acosta, another podium for him as well. Absolutely fantastic.
It's been a good weekend for him so far.
It really has. Okay, closing thoughts from the sprint race.
I hope Mark wins the next one.
Find out tomorrow. Where's Pedro going? He's going on the long loop.
He's just like, I'm going another round.
I think Mark's going the same route as well to the grandstand area.
He's just like, wait for me.
He is enjoying this with all the fans as well. It's his home race. He's won his home race as well, though. Can he win the Grand Prix tomorrow? That's going to be the question.
Can only hope.
This is a bit treacherous.
You better sit down for this.
This has got no grip. Where's he off? Where the hell is he off? Mark's gone. Oh, it's the run into the fan zone for the podium. So, yeah, that's why he's run off the track.
I was wondering why.
Yeah, because the best podium's there. It's on the opposite end of the grandstand here.
I should leave you to do the podium.
Well, we're signing off now anyway. We never usually do the podiums. Okay. So, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow then on JB Motorsports 2. All the action live from the warm-up. Will also be live for Moto3, Moto2 and the Grand Prix. But Marc Marquez is a winner again, and the championship down to 3 points between Martin and Bagnaia. Emilia-Romagna 2021 was the last time that Marc Marquez stood on a podium in P1. Yesterday he took his first ever sprint race win. Can he take a victory today? Well, he's no stranger. He's won 59 MotoGP races, 85 across his career. Will number 60 come today? He lines up on pole position. Alongside him is Pedro Acosta and Pecco Bagnaia. Then Jorge Martin, Alex Marquez and Franco Morbidelli. Brad Binder, Miguel Oliveira and Raul Fernandez. Johan Zarco, Alicia Spargo and Maverick Vinales. Marco Bezzecchi and Eo Bashir and Jack Miller. Fabio Di Antonio, Fabio Quartararo, Takiki Nakagami, Augusto Fernandez, Luca Marini, Alex Rins and Juan Mir. Megan Birch alongside me. Well, they cleaned the grid and then it rained overnight, so all the dirt and all the muck is still there. Moto3 and Moto2's race starts. Everyone who was on the left-hand side of the grid did not get the best getaway. Everyone on the right did. We're in for a completely unknown race.
This should be very intriguing.
Yeah, what do you think we're going to see?
Crash.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking the same thing, to be fair, as well. A number of crashes. Who's going to win, though? Is Mark going to continue his form?
Hopefully Mark will.
Yeah. Didn't go out in the walk this morning. He did one lap, but it was too wet. Decided, I've got nothing to risk. I know how I'm going to be. Biggest risk, though, Martin and Bagnaia. 3 points in the championship. Martin now 279 to Bagnaia 276. Marquez, 75 points back. That's 3 race wins. The same gap that David Alonso has in the Moto3 championship to Colin Fire. But can Mark bring himself back into the fold here?
Maybe.
Fingers crossed. Full of one words today, aren't you?
Yeah.
I need you to hopefully speak more because
I've been up 7 hours. I have been up 7 hours.
And this is hurting.
I am aware.
So that's my life. Just start talking. Who do you think? Right, complete me the podium. Give me your top 3.
Mark, Martin, Bastianini.
Okay, just run us down what tyres everyone's on.
Oh, actually, no, I change Martin to Acosta. Hopefully. Right, so, every single person on the grid is on front medium tyres and rear medium tyres. So, no one has gone anywhere except the mediums. Chauncey is quite a good pick, I think, for today. coming up to the grid positions now.
Here we go. Revs are rising, tensions are rising. They don't want to make a mistake. They can't afford to make a mistake. They know what is on the line here. Tension and World Championship points ahead of us. Marc Marquez is going for number 60. Will he get it today? That's going to be the question. The red flag is lifted. It will be eyes to the lights. The MotoGP Aragon Grand Prix is go in Aragon. And again, Pecco Bagnaia does not get the best start, and he hemorrhages down the field as we come in towards turn 1. Brad Binder's coming out of nowhere, 5 wide to the first corner. Marc Marquez leads, and Pietro Costa, Alex Marquez up to third. Everyone on the right side of the grid got the perfect launch, but the second time in a row, it is not good enough for Bagnaia. He's down to 7th place. Martin up to 4th.
Oh my goodness.
Rins down to 19th place as they come into turn 6.
Alex Marquez in 3rd.
I know, where did that come from as well? Absolutely nowhere. Nobody expected that lunge up the field as they come through. Marquez leads, and that is up to 3rd place now for Jorge Martin. He slipped on the inside of Alex Marquez coming into turn 8, into 9 and 10, the downhill corkscrew section, the reverse corkscrew. Anyone going to make a lunge or go wide? Well, I thought Zarco was going to have a go at Bastianini.
Further down the back of the field, Bastianini passes Zarco finally, and Mia gets the... he passes Rins. I was going to say the overtake.
Well, it works.
The cut.
Yeah, it works through. Watch the damp patches of the circuit. Yes, there are still damp patches of the circuit, despite it being track temperature at 45 degrees. The parts of the surface that have been relayed still holding more moisture. Luca Marini has started this race in the pit lane, so he's joined back further as they come through. Hello, Paul. His farmers on JB2. Marc Marquez leads the way by 3/10 to Pedro Costa. Jorge Martin is reeling them all in, and Oliveira's dropped back a couple of... Oliveira's crashed out. Miguel Oliveira, and that's going to be a biggie. There we go.
Woohoo.
Oliveira goes for a big lunge down at turn 16. The bike will be more badly beaten up than
Quite
he is.
graceful, actually.
Yeah, he was fine. It's a worse crash with a bike. So that's lap 1 complete. Marquez leads from Acosta, Martin. Oliveira already down, so he's up and walking away. And that's not great. And yeah, even he knows what's happened there.
He's been doing so great this weekend too.
He really has. He shone yesterday and he just dropped on entry into turn 16. As there goes Acosta holding on against Martin. Martin, in drier conditions today, is going to fight Marc Marquez as well. He's got the sprint race data. He's got the setup right. Marc just needs to lock in and not override the bike in the early stages of this Grand Prix.
He does need that, though. I also think that Alex Marquez needs to get a real big move on right now, since I think he really needs to protect his brother right now.
Martin's going to go on the inside line. Oh, and clips the leg of Pietro Acosta. They both run wide of the corkscrew, and they're going to hold up Alex Marquez. And that's going to be thank you very much to Marc Marquez. Acosta goes back through. Alex Marquez is going to try and look on the inside of Jorge Martin. But what was Martin thinking there? He was too late on the brakes and clipped the foot peg of Pietro Acosta.
He did. That was quite worrying, actually, though it did grant a quite good gap between them.
1 second. 1 second the gap as it came through there as well for Marc.
Bastianini has gone into 10th position. He is actually making quite good time with it right now.
Yeah, he's getting... And now Marc's already increasing that. It's now 1.8 seconds by the time we hit the back stretch as well. So Marc's going for it. On board again with Jorge Martin as he comes down. And he's going to go to the inside this time. And he's going to go late on the brakes. Watch the dirty part of the track that they're having to brake and turn in on as well. It is literally like braking on sand. If you've ever gone on a bicycle and hit the sand, you know how loose it gets. It's exactly the same. And million times worse on a motorcycle. Lap 3, and Marquez leads by 2 seconds. Hello, everybody. It's 2019 again.
Right. So.
5 minutes in.
The Hondas so far, they're not doing too badly, which I feel a chill saying that, to be honest. Here's a replay of the incident between Martin and Acosta. It looked like Acosta almost dropped his bike there. See on board here as Acosta hits a piece of the down patch and all the dirt after Martin made that move, which I do not agree with. Do you know, sometimes when I'm speaking in a commentary, I don't think my brain fully processes what I'm actually speaking. It just like...
It rolls off the tongue quite quickly.
Yeah, and I'm just like, how am I saying these words?
Martin, on that last lap, was 1.6 seconds down. Hello? Sorry, we know that where has Franco Morbidelli come from? He's right behind Alex Marquez now. This is Franco Morbidelli.
Weren't you in ninth?
He's on the 23 bike as well, the same as Alex Marquez and Marc Marquez. So only one Prima Pramac has the modern bike, remember. So this is an extraordinary performance and a half from Franco as we come down towards turn 16 once again.
What bike does Bastianini have?
Bastianini is on the 2024 bike because he's on the factory team.
Well, he seems to be the only one actually increasing.
What's happened to Acosta? Acosta's lost out, he's gone wide. Alex Marquez going to get the slipstream on the run up the hill towards turn 17. Look at that, 2.1.
Down again.
Told, and yet Acosta's going to go through. And Morbidelli's going to try and capitalise on that as well down to turn 1. He's going to get mugged here as that Red Bull gas KTM. And Morbidelli's going to go wide. Acosta goes back through on the inside line. Nicely done from Pedro Acosta. He's going to have backup though from his teammate Brad Binder on the factory KTM bike, who's just behind Pecco Bagnaia, fought back up to 6. Good job actually from Bagnaia, fighting back up. But Martin with the fastest lap now. The gap now 1.9 seconds. It's still not close enough at the front. Remember to take a break. Yes, I will breathe.
13 points the gap between Martin and Bagnaia in the championship right now.
Yeah, this has not been the weekend for Pecco Bagnaia, has it, as well?
Just shy of 300.
Well, he didn't crash yesterday in the sprint, did he? But it was the poor start from the same place.
Yeah. He really is not having a great time of it with those starts.
No, again and again there's a problem, and again and again...
He seems to be drifting a lot whenever he starts.
The whole shot device doesn't like the dirt. It can't run, and that's going to worry me when we get to circuits that have also just been redone.
He's not going to have the time.
Watch him. Ready? Lights. Oh. Front wheel spin.
No grip, and he's got his foot on the ground.
Yeah, the whole shot device did not work, did it? It's carbon copy of what happened in the sprint race.
Yeah.
Pulls the throttle. Oh, I'm going to go forward. And I'm going to go to the right again. He cannot just have a perfect launch, and he's lost positions again. Watch him again, look. Ready? Compare that to every other Ducati on the grid. He's the only one who has a bad start. Alex Marquez gets a little twitch, but that's only because Bagnaia came across the front of him.
Yeah.
But Bagnaia was the only Ducati in the first phase of the start with the whole shot device.
He's the only one having problems. Rinse just dropped a little bit. Also, where has Jack Miller come from?
Miller has again closed up. He's now behind Marco Bezzecchi in 9th position after a poor qualifying from those two. It's going well now in the main Grand Prix. Oh, a little bit of a... Oh. Yeah, okay. Glitching of audio and picture there coming from Dorna. As they come through, we get our pictures with TNT Sports, in case you didn't know. That's why Gavin and Neil Hodson are alongside in the commentary. Good exit again from Mark. 2.2 seconds. I don't mind Mark being at the front, because I just wanted to get his 60th win. I want that fairy tale for him to get him a boost of confidence.
Oh, this would be 62.
Won the first ever sprint race yesterday, and you saw how electric he was. He was completely beside himself.
We just need him to just continue, do well, and be uninterrupted by every other rider on the grid.
Chances of that happening?
Honestly, at this point, it's high.
It is. Oh, hang on. There, that's going to be a move. That's Bagnaia defending against Brad Binder. Yeah, so that's no overall moves going on. Just to let you know, over on JB Motorsports, the pre-show will begin for Formula 1. Omi's taking you through. Those watching on Twitch this race live, as soon as we're done here, we will join that broadcast for Formula 1. So you will still have coverage of that session. So yeah, all is well. 19 laps to go then. How are you all feeling today, says Chairman? I'd say I'm 90% back to normal.
Tired.
Megan's knackered. I've got a bit of Bonjela on my ulcer. The last of the Bonjela.
We need more people.
Yeah. We'll have to get the whiskey out and dip it in and cover it over as well.
That does help.
How are you doing, Sharon? You doing good? Everyone doing good watching on? Pleasure to have you here as well.
I've already done so much.
I know you have. You've only got one more race. It's Monza, so you're fine. Monza is going to be quicker than this.
Good. I can get some more stuff I need to do today.
Everyone said that they love MotoGP. Who doesn't love MotoGP?
I don't know.
We love it so much that we've actually made 2 different... Oh, hello, Quattararo's gone.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
no!
he's down.
Quattararo has crashed out of the race. Now, didn't he go down the
They're
sprint
okay.
race yesterday?
No.
No, it was qualifying going down, yeah.
Yeah, well.
So, Fabio Quattararo is out of the Aragon Grand Prix. It's in the first sector. He's up and walking away, which is great. He's got a lot of dirt on him, though, and he's gone for a little bit of a ride. Oh, he
No
has.
airbag, too.
Oh, look at the... So that's turn 5.
Oh, graceful.
Yeah, it's turn 5, so it's just on acceleration as he's gone to pick the bike up. The front's dipped, and it's rolled, so that Yamaha's broken.
They're all having such graceful landings today.
We're only 7 days away from the next race, which is going to be on the main JB Motorsports channel next week, by the way, in San Marino. We'll do our usual practice on here on JB2 and everything like that, and switch arounds. But yeah, it's the just don't destroy the bike in the middle of a back-to-back.
They're gonna.
You just got to follow the rules. Marquez, by the way, is 2.6 seconds ahead. Here comes Enea Bastianini. He's going to get ahead of Jack Miller. We're not seeing the usual MotoGP race here because of the track surface. Everyone's on medium front, medium rear. Yeah, go on.
It's messing with them.
Yeah, it is. And also, they can't rely on the grip from the other series because Moto2 and Moto3 run Pirelli, MotoGP run Michelin. So it's a different rubber. You get some grip, but it's like rubbing pastel over chalk.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest that.
Yeah, it just slips. So you put the pastel down, then you try and put the chalk down. It's different. It doesn't stick right. Or try and you put pastel down, then you try and put a pen over it, and you just get it all up on your tyre. That's what happens. Oh,
that is hell.
Yep, through goes Bagnaia. Sorry, try again. Bastianini. He slipped it through. Digi's come back though. That was a poor attempt from Bastianini. He threw it up the inside. Binder and Bezzecchi go round the other side. Perfect. Done. Now he's lost 2 places when trying to get 1. And now he's behind another bike that's on the 23 Ducati, not the 24. There is the battle for 5th. Morbidelli versus Bagnaia. And Bagnaia, do you see that twitch in the rear again? Coming out of turn 6. He is not, sorry, out of turn 9. He is not comfortable with this bike at all.
No, he is not. Let's see how long is left of this.
Well, we're coming up on 16 to go.
Right, so
Miller and Bastianini are trading places over 10th and
they must be
11th.
really tight together.
That's Miller passing Bastianini. So Bastianini's lost 3 places on this lap alone.
That is not good.
He's up again to 10th. He's moved ahead. SHT says Nakagami in 12th at the moment, and it's good points. And the man is just announces where he's leaving the main team to go into a test rider role for LCR. Somkat Chantra moving up to the main series as well. About around about the same time. It always goes to about 45 here. And then we'll move over to Formula 1 ASAP and take over just for the World Feed starts.
Right.
He's hosting. Go on.
Antonio's made his way back up quite a lot.
He has, hasn't he? I just realised we're not going to get a break.
Nope.
So effectively,
When's your break?
after Monza.
So,
Yeah.
I'm done for the day after that.
I am not. I have IndyCar and then straight to NASCAR.
I make clean work.
So, hang on, 9:30, 7:30, 8. I get like a half an hour gap before we're right into NASCAR. And it's a crucial race, actually. Do join us on Twitch and JB Motorsports, the main channel, because in tonight's NASCAR, it's the regular season finale. So we crown our regular season champion. And then the playoffs start, where we have round of 16, round of 8, and the Championship 4 race at Phoenix.
Sounds a bit like American football.
It is. It's that style. So we're just now going into the final few phases of the season.
Wait, is American football starting yet? It's September, it should be.
Tomorrow. Today.
I love American football. Who's
Zarco,
down?
2 places. No, he's not gone down, I don't think. He's just lost 2 places to Rins and Mia.
Who's the first team to play?
Back-to-back races, Bagnaia with bad starts, both for the same reason, says SSG. Yeah, just no grip at the front. Marquez leading by 2.5 seconds at the moment out front. And you can see the difference there. About 6 kilometres an hour difference on the straight between Bagnaia on the 24 Ducati and Binder on the 24 KTM. That's a difference of how much that Ducati has frontline speed compared to the KTM. It's like pulling an arrow back and just releasing the tension. And you can see Morbidelli being forced up there as well. He's holding up Bagnaia now over 5th position. Bagnaia's going to want to slip back through. And because Morbidelli's holding up Bagnaia, that's allowing Binder to stay in the 3rd of the tow line. And Binder's going to go for it. Backs out.
Friday.
Oh. And Morbidelli's gone wide. Morbidelli's nearly lost it. He's gone too deep at turn 7, and that's allowed Bagnaia,
Did you see his leg
Binder,
move?
and Bezzecchi through. Yeah.
His leg almost came off of the bike just then.
So I presume either Davide Tardozzi or Gigi Delignio pressed the magic red button to get him out of the way. Sabotage of the other bikes.
It's like, move.
Yeah, out you go. Factory bike coming through. Thank you very much. Martin is closing, but Marc Marquez is Marc Marquez. If I was Martin, I'd stay for second. Don't go for a race win. Stay for second. You'll have 12 points. That's a sprint race win.
Just be happy where you are.
Yeah. And San Marino is both of... it's Martin's best track. Marquez will gain only 5 points in this championship battle, by the way. So he'll be down to 70 behind. Mark's not going for the championship. This is a statement as Rins and Fernandez battling out together as well. I always get alarmed when the track noise goes from we can hear the bike to ambient noise in the background.
It's disconcerting. Fernandez has dropped it.
Yeah, he's out. He's got Raul Fernandez has crashed. Marc Marquez is a 148.186. Raul has got to have crashed if he's...
Oh, no.
He's just dropped down 5 places. Has he just run wide somewhere?
He must have. He dropped enough that I thought he genuinely crashed. Also, 49ers, 10th.
Okay, we're watching Marc Marquez's race pace. He's averaging the 148s. He's actually getting faster lap upon lap. Tyres should be making it slower. Mark's just getting faster. 14 laps to go in this race.
The rules of racing don't apply to him.
No, not when he's in the groove. This is an old Marc Marquez style, isn't it?
Day after my money comes in.
Hey, get jerseys. Down in the braking zone. Oh,
More like food.
Yeah, we'll do a watch party. Is that what day is that? 10th is a Friday. It's Tuesday. Perfect. What if it's on Sky? Sure, we'll find it somewhere.
Yes.
Game Pass, maybe.
We love the 49ers. Oh, and then again on the Sunday.
Yeah. Marc Marquez is not stopping. First sector, he is 4 tenths faster than Martin. Second sector, 2 tenths faster. What's the third sector gap between them?
3.
Actually, Martin was faster.
Huh.
By 6 thousandths of a second. No, 8 thousandths of a second. 8 thousandths.
That's quite a close margin.
You may as well just stop at this point, mightn't you? Mapping 2 for Acosta. When Marquez is this drawn in, he's now 3.2 seconds ahead. Effectively, all we're going to have for the remainder of this race is snap, crackle and pop.
I had rice krispies this morning.
I thought you might have.
Though I have just realised I have not done my F1 notes yet.
I've just realised why my OBS was overloading. I left the MacBook the MacBook camera open behind the main camera. Because for Moto 3 and Moto 2 I had that camera on. And it's not on today. That's why we're having a bit of a thing.
Is that why mine's overloading?
No, you don't have that setting.
No, but could be the camera.
Yeah, actually, I didn't think of that. I think what needs to happen with yours is a powered USB hub to stop power being taken from the laptop. Like I've got the powered one behind here.
Vinales has entered the pits.
Oh,
and
no!
I need one, yeah.
What's that?
I need one, yeah.
Yeah. So, Maverick Vinales is out of the Aragon Grand Prix.
Such a shame.
Second half of the season for Aprilia. Just really bad. It's getting worse and worse and worse.
They had the glimpse of goodness, but that was not to be.
To be or not to be?
That is the question.
Acosta's holding off now. Bagnaia, it's not going to be enough. Bagnaia's going to launch up the inside at 10-11. Acosta is super late on the brakes. Bagnaia could not find a way through. It looks so close, and Binder's in there too. The battle for 4th position.
Well, Marini's just like way behind the field.
Yeah, Marini's just like, okay, we'll just, he's towing round. Was he 53 seconds back to Marc Marquez?
When Mark wins. So who wins? I can't hear all the way across.
I'll stand corrected in a second as Bagnaia goes to the inside line, trying to get ahead of Pedro Acosta. Acosta's going to go in too deep. It's going to run in wide. Bagnaia's going to have the inside line with much better speed, and through he goes up into 4th position. But Acosta will now get the toe down the start, finish straight, and try an inside manoeuvre. The gap in the championship now just 10 points between them, and Bagnaia's got it stuck up into 4th position.
Woohoo!
Montabene. What do you think then, Max?
I think that we're going to have someone else crash out. It won't be anyone from like the top 8, I don't think.
What's really alarming? We're not covering it. Oh, it's my phone. Nice. Homie's doing the pre-show then.
Woohoo!
We'll join just after we finished it on the main JBMotorsports channel. As I'll turn in again, 12 to go. We're halfway there, everybody.
Woohoo! Does it feel like it?
No, it's flying by, isn't it? That's the distance of a sprint race. What was I saying about... I'll stand corrected. Here we go. The gap between Marini and Ralph Fernandez is 53 seconds. The gap between Marini and Marc Marquez is 1 minute 30. Yeah. And he started from the pit lane.
Oh my god.
It's 1 minute 30 seconds to... 1 minute 31 now to Marc Marquez. You can see it on your map, actually.
He should not be that far behind.
No, he should not. He's actually started from Valencia, not Andalusia. Still, this is the 3rd or 4th Spanish Grand Prix this year. Everybody moaning, oh, why does Spain have 4 Grand Prix? I agree with you.
Just accept it.
Let's get rid of Valencia. Let's get rid of Jerez. Let's have Barcelona as the Catalan Grand Prix and Aragon as the Spanish Grand Prix.
I agree.
Yeah, Jerez isn't suited for MotoGP. Valencia's always too cold.
I genuinely think they have so many Spanish Grand Prix just because they have a lot of Spanish riders.
And Dorna.
Yeah.
But with Liberty Media coming in, that means there'll be more American races. Yay!
Woohoo! Do we have any American
No,
races here?
just one in Kota.
One singular one.
Yeah, we used to have 3. For a couple of years, we had 3. We had the United States Grand Prix at Laguna Seca. We had the Americas Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas. And then we had the Indianapolis Grand Prix at Indianapolis. But we went the other way around on the road course.
Do you know, I'd want one in America where it's just chaos. You know what I'm thinking, don't you?
Where are you thinking we'll go? Road America?
No. It's not exactly suited to
Nashville
MotoGP.
track race. Megan, you see we've got 22 riders in this race? Yeah, all dead if we go to Nashville street race.
They could just be really slow.
There's a reason that we don't street race in MotoGP.
I love Nashville.
I'd just like to point out we do technically have a street race in MotoGP. That, of course, is not Thailand. What's the other one? We went there and it rained and we had a woman dancing in the pit lane.
Argentina?
No, do you remember the woman dancing in the pit lane? And we were
Yes.
delayed for hours. What race was that?
I'm pretty sure it's Argentina.
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
There we go.
So
Yeah.
either, they're next to each other, so it's hard to think.
Yeah.
In the calendar, not... I don't actually think they're next to
They have
no,
moved.
they're not.
They've moved each other now because we haven't yet gone to Indonesia yet this year. I think it's Indonesia and Thailand back to back.
They weren't.
So, right, this is the first of 7 races in 9 weeks for MotoGP, including quite a lot of night races. Yeah, Megan's now just realised that as well. So, okay, the next 2 are European before we hit the night races. Megan then remembering also that the night race in Japan is going to have to be her in the box for quite a long time, followed then by a longer day in the commentary box when I'm at Brands Hatch with Jez and Josh. 10 to go. So the field now just split.
Do you hate me or something?
Yes, yes, I do. Marc Marquez is in a category of his own again. Who says they lost it?
Sector.
Who said he lost it? Honestly, who?
Probably Alex at dinner.
Yeah. Probably mocked him. Can you please pass me? Oh no, you can't move your arm, can you? Sorry.
It's like, oh, would you look at this? It says first on it. You can't remember what that's like, can you, Mark?
Just shut the balcony door, would you, Mark? Oh no, is that your recovery put out for another 8 weeks? Sorry. How did he do that? That was when in 2021 when he did his shoulder. He was out for 8 weeks more because he shut the balcony door and he pulled his stitches. He just closed the balcony door, but because closing the balcony door, you go like that, it pulled all the stitches out from here on his bicep, and he just went. So he closed the door like that. And
I can imagine the regret in his face.
And then he won in 2021 when he came back. Second race back, he won in Emilia Romagna and hasn't won since. I'd just like to point out.
The balcony really traumatised him.
141 races ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Proves how many we've done. That's starting to taste like amaretto.
Wishful thinking.
Probably is wishful thinking. Either that or someone's changed my bottle.
Just like casually, just like.
I could do with an amaretto actually. We've got decanters full of it, and Di Serrano. Same thing, richer taste. Apparently, white Di Serrano is quite good. I've yet to try.
We should one.
If it whitens your teeth, I'll have it.
I wonder if it did.
I have no idea. 9 to go, and this Aragon Grand Prix is about as exciting as having my toothache.
Ah, I know the pain. Not currently. Thank you.
Give us a minute, we're going to bang right on the table to work ourselves out. What's going on? This is the problem. Because of the tyres being chewed up here on this new surface, which is incredibly hot, incredibly dirty, so it's ripping the tyres to shreds because it's brand new. It's got no groove in it yet. And everyone's having to save the tyres, which means we're getting massive gaps. And it's not being helped that Marc Marquez is just back to being an alien.
4-second gap.
And it's rising. You can see it ticking up and up and up. 4.368, 4.393. It's just ticking up and up and up.
You better have a lot of crashes in the F1 race.
I'm expecting.
I saw someone move.
There's an overtake? That's new.
Yes. Somewhere, someone moved. I don't know who. It was Rins.
Being passed by Nakagami.
It must have been.
Yeah, so Nakagami's up to 13th place again. Still, let's have a replay of Alex Marquez. This is what I'm talking about, look at the tyre.
You can actually see the rubber growing off of it.
Yeah, it's just getting, and we've still got 8 laps to go. It's just being shredded off.
The side is definitely.
Yeah. It's not good, is it? I mean, out of 10, it's quite, I don't want to say alarming, but it is alarming about how much it's going to change between the two and sort of differentiate as well and try and have the fight back. Our internet's going a bit dodgy. Oh, there we go, it's back now.
It's been doing it all day.
Yeah, I know. I'm worried about this next session that we have to go to shortly. So, 8 to go. How many is that going to take us to? What time is it now? 31. Oh, actually, yeah.
Probably about 14 more minutes.
Yeah.
But again, at the rate this race is going, could be done early.
Matthew Owens has... I just need to apply to Matthew Owens. If that means that he's actually put us on now, over to you.
Right. So, 8 laps to go 7 laps to go now as Marquez passes the start-finish straight. And at 4.308 is the gap between him and Martin currently. Alex Marquez is currently in 3rd. So both Marquezes currently looking to stand on the podium, which I think would be quite nice symmetry for Mark's first win in a while, and it would be nice to have his brother there with him on that podium.
Yeah. I know we're on about that one. They've just got to hold it together nicely, haven't they, for the next couple of laps? I don't know what's happening in this MotoGP season. That some races are corkers, some races are boring as hell, and this one is verging on, well, yeah.
This is the way.
Oh, I don't know. I'm hoping we have some good ones. I bet Japan is always a cracker. So I'm going to wake people up in my hotel room about that. You better be ready to do some of the shouty bits. Because
I'm not mentally prepared for that yet, thank you very much.
You better be prepared to do some of the shouty bits. Because I will be in a hotel room full of people. Well, not the hotel room itself, but, you know, the hotel. I'm going to ask them, what do you think's better? Top floor in the extreme corner or bottom floor in the extreme corner, so I'm on the ground floor? What's better, do you reckon?
Easy getaway from the down floor.
Yeah, but top floor, I'm not unlikely to disturb anybody. And what a view for the camera. In the middle of the night.
Don't mind that, it's just a pile of birds. Oh, wait, no, it's Superman.
I'll actually have a commentary box for 2 races as well. I'll be travelling for a Grand Prix in a different commentary box. You'll be here controlling it, and I'll be over there doing nothing but talking. I'm actually quite looking forward to that. No, because I'll be travelling. I'll have a commentary box as well. I think Jess is bringing that to, so is JT. So we'll have all our stuff set up for a good stream, and we'll just use the phone stuff for data.
When this race finishes, I need to go inside and grab a book.
Alright, but your F1 book, yeah. 6 laps to go. Want a quick off to get to F1. He's covering the pre-show. Bagnaia is closing in for the 3rd place on Alex Marquez in the only action that's happening in this race. Bagnaia could take 3rd place, says Craig Bennett. You're absolutely right.
But only one person
Your
is improving.
comment was well timed there, Craig. He is the only person improving.
Alex Marquez.
Bagnaia last lap time. Faster, faster, faster. The Spanish fans are willing him on. They're on for a Spanish 1, 2, 3 here as well. But it is a Ducati top 4, but it's 23, 24, 23, 24 bike in that order.
KTM's really want to have a go.
Yeah. And they're the 2 factory bikes as well, as they come into pressure. Alex has got wide, and that's going to allow Bagnaia to swing round the outside. And Bagnaia's going to go wheel to wheel, and they're both off! They're both off! And out of the race! And that's a huge accident for Pecco Bagnaia and Alex Marquez. Down at turn 9 and 10.
Oh,
they're both
okay.
up. They're both up and okay. But Jorge Martin will take a 17-point lead in the World Championship. And Pecco Bagnaia arguably takes Alex Marquez out. And he got rolled on by the bike. And I really hope that Bagnaia's okay, because that bike rolled on his neck. I thought it snapped his neck looking at that.
They both kind of got rolled on.
That's Bagnaia's fault. Alex went wide, and then Bagnaia just took the normal racing line. Where was Alex meant to go? It's this bit here, look. The rear tyre whiplashes back. Oh, that's a horrible one.
He's going to have a neck injury from that.
Yeah, they're checking on him. He's up and walking fine. Alex's bike's on fire. Alex Marquez's bike's on fire. Are they going to stop the race?
He really wanted to be on that podium with his brother.
That puts Pedro Acosta to 3rd, but it gives Jorge Martin a 23-point lead in the championship. I told you, Megan, one wrong mistake and a race win gap appears, and that's what's happened.
Oh my goodness.
It's yin and yang again.
Our only hope is Martin crashing.
Are they going to have to stop the race, though, if Bagnaia is up and walking away?
Airbags did not deploy them.
It did for him. Look, you can see it's puffed up around the suit. Let's take another look at it. So, Alex loses the rear of the bike, coming downhill to turn 12. He's regaining his normal race line. Bagnaia goes on the outside and just drives into Alex.
Yeah.
And it's this bit I don't like, because watch the rear tyre of Alex Marquez, it rolls over the head of Pecco Bagnaia, and Bagnaia gets sort of zipped round into doing an oval. Watch this, ready?
Thankfully, it hit his shoulder, I think.
Yeah. That is a very scary crash for Alex and for Pecco there. First of all, I'm just glad they're okay, because that could have killed either one of them the way that bike rolled over. Second of all, they are not stopping the race. Third of all, that is definitely going to be a penalty for Bagnaia post-race. I can't see why they would blame Alex for that.
For knowing people, they'll probably end up blaming Alex.
Yeah. Morbidelli passes Bezzecchi. Yellow flag, sectors 3 and 4. Is that because Bezzecchi's gone down on the deck? No, we've gone green. I just want, That's the second accident that I thought that could have killed Pecco Bagnaia in his career. The first came last year in Catalonia when he fell off in front of the entire field and two riders, one ran over his chest, one ran over his leg.
Geez, Spain and him just don't mix.
No, it doesn't, does it? Catalonia as well. Yeah. Barcelona, and then here.
Is he just ticking off all of the Spanish races?
Yeah. Bagnaia is up and walking away in his own steam. That man is made of rubber. Elasticated rubber.
He doesn't even seem injured.
No.
He had a bike go over him. And a human.
So now, the gap in the championship is Martin's 23 points. Now, with sprint races, that's fine. But with only 7 to go... Oh, dear. That's the worst thing for Bagnaia to have done. When the gap is that close, it yings and yangs in sprint races and Grand Prix. To crash...
I somehow knew Bagnaia wasn't going to make it through this race.
Hey, and Bagnaia, in my opinion, has always been the lucky champion. There's been no one there to challenge him. Martin fails every time. I don't think he's world championship quality. Bagnaia sometimes does great racing, sometimes doesn't. You get no consistency.
Maybe now with Mark back in the picture.
SHC says, who's at fault, do you think? I will put the blame on Bagnaia.
Why he was so close going that far down.
Yeah.
I do not know.
Let's take another look at it. So he's turning in. They're going to say that, why did Alex come back? That's a misleading camera angle.
He had nowhere else to go. It was Bagnaia who went round the outside.
And then just cut the gap off mid-corner.
Whoever's on the outside, on the mid-corner, if the crash is going into it, it's always the outside person's fault because the person who is on the inside of the corner has nowhere else to go.
Yeah, the bike steps up.
Yeah.
They're going to investigate it after the race.
Also, due to the closeness of how Bagnaia was leaning and giving absolutely no space to Alex Marquez, it meant that he could not actually lean on his bike correctly, meaning that he massively infringed him.
Yeah. Now, there's nothing that Alex could have done there in my book. That is Bagnaia. We'll wait to see. But let's remember, of course, that Freddie Spencer is in charge of the stewards, and he's as balanced and reliable as a chocolate teapot. So in his book,
Alex will get the penalty.
It'd probably be Alex getting the penalty. Yeah, there's no consistency in the stewards. That's
he'll
why
he'll see that camera angle and think, oh, it's Alex.
Yeah, that's why he's leaving at the end of the year, and he's being replaced by Simon Crafar.
So Bagnaia, what was going through his head just then? What was going through
Alex Marquez's bike. Right over it. I think Martin Brundle's done sort of Oasis joke on the grid. They've called him Martin Gallagher. Let's take let's see a replay here. 9.8 in focus for Martin. That's because the gap between the medical centre for Pecco Bagnaia now.
See, that was just
Alex is walking in. He's limping a bit on his leg.
Well, that's because the bike actually went onto his legs.
Yeah. 2 laps to go then here in Motorland Aragon for what has turned out to be a very dramatic championship race. Rins passes Nakagami.
I know that Bagnaia literally had a bike go over him, but I do believe that Alex may have had a bit more contact with the bike than what Bagnaia did, because as soon as the bike went over Bagnaia's head, it was done. He didn't have any more contact, but with Alex, he did. And his airbag did not deploy.
No, Alex's didn't. Bagnaia's did, though.
Yeah, because of the contact with that wheel, he was safe from it. But
he was on top
Alex
of the bike more often, so he didn't have time for it to deploy. Yeah.
He got smashed by 2 bikes.
Yeah, and Alex didn't have time for the airbag to deploy because he wasn't off the bike. He was riding Bagnaia's. So it was never the cord never got pulled.
So Alex took more of the beating then.
Just the head that worried me as well, watching that. It was a very nasty accident. That could have very easily been the end of Pecco Bagnaia there. The way that rear tyre gripped on Bagnaia's helmet and it spun him round like a milk top. It was like whoosh.
Lucky it went off pretty quickly.
Yeah. That could have very easily snapped his neck. I wouldn't be surprised if Bagnaia's got a bit of whiplash.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Seems to be fine though.
He's up and walking, but that's the adrenaline. Same, he'll probably have some.
In about an hour or two,
yeah,
he'll start to feel it.
Yeah, a bit of delayed concussion maybe coming through, and I'll be very surprised if that puts Bagnaia out the next weekend in San Marino. That's going to be massive.
Maybe at the championship.
Yeah, because Martin will just run away with it in both of them. Speaking of running away with it, Marc Marquez is going to start the last lap here at Motorland Aragon. There has been nobody better than him this weekend. Fastest in free practice 1, topped practice. Fastest free practice 2, topped qualifying. Won the sprint race. Didn't go out because he didn't want to risk the bike or himself in the wet warm-up. He did one lap. I know what I'm doing. I'll go and win the race. He's taken it.
5 seconds.
5 seconds. This will be a big weekend for Mark because this is going to boost his self-confidence, Mega Noed, from not winning for years to finally coming to a track where there's no historic data for the main team to use. It's a level playing field, and he has shown them all. I'm still here, and I'm going to be a force to be reckoned with next year.
Just like, don't forget I exist and I am on this grid. It's like whenever Lewis Hamilton wins in F1. It's like, you got to remember, championship.
Yeah,
He's had many.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. It's a similar situation. Hamilton didn't win since 21, neither has Marc Marquez, the two gladiators of modern day formulas as well. Not winning in recent years, both of them having their legitimacy questioned as well. Hamilton's passed it.
Until this year.
Hamilton then wins the British Grand Prix and then wins in Belgium.
Timeline's the same.
It is exactly the same as well, yeah. Marc Marquez, many people said, oh, he should retire with all the injuries he's got. He said in his own book and documentary, I hate the thought of not racing. It makes me cry. I want to be out there. I want to be racing. He fought back after operation after operation. He said, I will come back at full fitness. He came back and Honda didn't listen to him. They built the bike completely wrong. He said, I'm off. I'll go somewhere where they want me. Ducati opened their doors with open arms. He accepted them. And now, for the first time, it is Marc Marquez, a Grand Prix winner. It's 2 hands aloft. The Gladiator is back, and Marc Marquez wins his 60th Grand Prix in MotoGP. 1,043 days later, since Emilia Romagna in 2021, it's numero uno for the Spaniard who wins at home. Fantastic!
That was amazing. And Ed Rins just passes Jack Miller for 9th position further downfield. Oh, I feel like Mark's looking back to see where Alex is.
Alex isn't there. He'll know he's out of the race, as they told him on the pit board as well. He'll pick up the Spanish flag. He won the sprint race yesterday. He wins the Grand Prix today. It is maximum, and it is a grand slam for Marc Marquez. A statement is made here in Aragon, and in 2024, he is on a 23 bike, and he's done that. Imagine what he's going to do next year on the factory team.
He is going to be hopefully unstoppable next year.
Quickly run through the order then. It's Marc Marquez. Tyre pressure riders for Raul Fernandez, Jack Miller and Fabio Di Giannantonio are going to be investigated after the race, so it could be a penalty coming for them. Marc Marquez wins from Martin second, Pedro Costas third, from Binder, Bastianini, Morbidelli, Di Giannantonio, Bezzecchi, Rins and Miller the top 10. Megan, closing thoughts?
I thought that was very exciting, and I'm very happy for Marc Marquez.
Marc Marquez wins the Aragon Grand Prix. The Maestro is back, and it's an all-Spanish 1, 2, 3 here in Aragon. Well, welcome back to live coverage here on JB Motorsports, JB Sports Extra, I suppose we should also call it. So, not much has happened then in the opening hour of this test. We still don't know exactly why the clock is counting down with an hour 40 to go. It seems to be 3 hours on the clock. Now, we were scheduled for 8 hours across the day. So, it is an 8-hour day. We are going until 6 o'clock. So, exactly whether or not that means that we're going to have 3 hours now, an hour break, and then another set going on, but that's 6 hours in an 8-hour period. So is it a 2-hour break? Are we going to have 3 hours, an hour lunch, and then a 4-hour? We haven't yet had it confirmed, but it does say day 1, session 1. So we're sort of just going as it comes. But Marc Marquez, you just heard, back in Aragon last year, he took a victory for the first time. He's top of the board here by 0.3 of a second. It's a 1:30.587, a very good time for him. As I just moved the microphone closer to me. So it's a 1:35.87. Marco Bezzecchi is second, 1:30.905. Alex Marquez third. So we've got a Ducati, Aprilia Ducati, then another Ducati with Franco Morbidelli going up into fourth place as well. And VR46, remember, do have the GP25 bikes. They have replaced Prima Pramac, who are now with Yamaha bikes. So the VR46s have the current generation of bikes. So keep that in mind. The GP24 bike, however, still looking good. Only 0.4 of a second off the pace, so not bad at all. Then it's Pedro Costa in 5th, Johan Zarco 6th, Luca Marini 7th, Maverick Vinales is 8th, Alex Rins 9th with Pecco Bagnaia rounding out the top 10, Raul Fernandez is 11th with Brad Binder 12th, Fabio Quartararo is 13th, Jack Miller's 14th, and Aya Bastianini goes into 15th with Fermin Ardeguer in 16th, Ayagur is 17th, Juan Mir in 18th, Songkat Chantra on home soil, he's 19th, 1:32.234, Miguel Oliveira is 20th, and Lorenzo Salvadori, who is in at Aprilia for Jorge Martin, is 21st and the last runner so far. So we've got an hour and 37 minutes until something happens. We're not entirely sure what it's going to be across the board. But let's turn our attention to last year's round 13 of the season, the San Marino Grand Prix at the Mazzano World Circuit, Marco Simoncelli. MotoGP moves away from Motorland Aragon and heads over for a double-header in Mazzano. Welcome to the Gran Premio Red Bull di San Marino e Delia Riviera di Rimini. And it's time for the Tissot sprint race to get underway. The field is set, the drivers are ready, so are we. Anticipation and tensions are rising ahead of the 25th race of the 2024 season. Welcome to MotoGP's round 13 and the Tissot Sprint, coming to you from the Emilia-Romagna region. But it is the San Marino Grand Prix. Qualifying earlier on, this is your data. Pecco Bagnaia on pole position. Franco Morbidelli is second with Marco Bezzecchi third. 3 different Ducatis on the front row. Then it's Johan Zarco in. Then it's Jorge Martin in 4th. Pedro Costa is 5th with Brad Binder in 6th. Alex Marquez 7th with Anea Bashi in 8th. Marc Marquez 9th. Fabio Quartararo 10th. Maverick Vinales 11th. There's Jack Miller 12th. Aleix Espargaro goes in 13th. 14th for Fabio Di Gianantonio, 15th Pol Espargaro, 16th Johan Zarco, 17th Augusto Fernandez, 18th Miguel Oliveira, 19th Raul Fernandez, 20th for Alex Rins, Luca Marini 21st with Takaki Nakagami 22nd, Stefan Bradl goes in 23rd position. The field is set and we're all set to go. It's hopefully going to be an absolutely fantastic weekend. Martin is on 299 points. Bagnaia is on 276. That is 23 the gap in the championship going into this weekend. It's a double header here at Mazzano. 2 sprints and 2 features ahead of us. There's a load of smoke bombs being set off. They were told not to do that. They've done it anyway. But this is going to be crucial. This is going to be awesome because MotoGP, every single time we head off into the distance, it's going to be a very exciting race. Megan Birch will join me in the commentary box momentarily, ready for the start of this one. Let's see if she actually gets in before lights out. I'll just move out everything so that she can sit down and get into the commentary box without knocking anything over. She'll also be with us for the St Mary's Trophy, which is coming up in the race of Goodwood Revival. Warm-up lap has started. Megan is walking in, so she's got that timed to perfection to this one as they are into the last corner now. She wasn't feeling very well this morning, so she gets a break. Hello, Megan.
Hey.
San Marino, 13 laps ahead of us, and Bagnaia back on pole position. What do you think could happen?
Crash? I'm hopeful.
It seems to be, doesn't it? Hey, no crash, no stoppage, nothing. We have
Not stoppage crash.
We've got to get to the St Mary's Trophy.
Not stoppage crash, just yellow, someone slipped off the bike and have to restart.
Ready for the start procedure then. The green flag is at the back. The race is about to get underway. 13 laps at San Marino. It's eyes to the lights and pull the throttle back as we go sprinting. It's a great start from Martin Bandsta from Franco Morbidelli, who almost goes down. He sort of gets a twitch on the bike. Brad Binder's coming up the inside. Martin leads into turn 1 from 5th to 1st. As he comes through, he's battling with Pecco Bagnaia. The two Grassinis are side by side. Alex v. Mark going out wide. There's an Ea Bastianini trying to cut back through, not working out. Was Marco Bezzecchi. He's battling with Pedro Costa. Martin, though, leads the race from Bagnaia second as we come out of turn 7. Now it's the long run down to Scalpello at turn 8. Martin knows he's going to have to go defensive. Bagnaia knows he's got an opportunity to dive through on the inside. He does not. Well, that's exactly how you should go, Megan. As up the inside, that's an Ea Bastianini making the move on Marco Bezzecchi and Pedro Costa. It's 4 wide further back.
Right, do you know, was it Morbidelli who had the problem where it jumped?
Yeah.
Well, I think, do you know that thing we have to push down?
Oh, I'm sorry. Alex Marquez clipping the back of Fabio Quartararo, coming out of turn 9 into 10. Almost caused a problem as he come into turn 11 as well. Mark's already on the back of Bezzecchi.
Yeah, I think that thing was like too far down because you notice how it jumped up.
The whole shot device, yeah.
Yeah, it's jumped up suddenly.
Yeah, Morbidelli was lucky to keep that upright and stay in 3rd position. He had the problem that Bagnaia did a week ago and had gone.
He seemed to know as well because you notice how he, compared to everyone else, he kept his head down.
Yeah, he knew that he would have to fight the bike as well, and it was going to come up. I'd love to get a replay of the start as Martin nearly touches the green at the exit of the first lap then. They're all stuck together, which is nice to see. Brad Binder's in 4th position, keeping it in as well. Look at Marc Marquez, just focusing on Marco Bezzecchi coming through the first 2 corners, taking wider lines. He's ready to slip back through somewhere. Bezzecchi not looking comfortable as we head down the back stretch.
Right, on board with Marc Marquez right now, and they really are all very close together, and I think I see Pol Espargaro trying to make a move.
Pol's dropped down to 17th position from his starting area as well. They've all had a difficult time. There they are at the back, yeah. Someone go down there. I thought I heard something in the back of my ear shot. Maybe not, as they come down to turn 8.
Just the car starting.
Ah, right, okay. So they come through. That's very misleading from outside the commentary box area as well. So here's Martin. He's got 4/10 advantage to Bagnaia. There's Brad Binder. Binder and Acosta, sort of the only 2 out of a Ducati runaround. They are all literally just sort of going, okay, let's just see what happens now.
Just like, cross your fingers, though not for riders, because that would not be wise.
Well, for Pecco Bagnaia, this is the worst possible thing that could happen. He needed to start closing in on points to Martin by winning this race.
Oh,
Has not worked out. Digi's down. He's
right
coming
there.
in. So he's lost it on entry. Yeah,
See? There he is.
Antonio crashes out of the Tissot sprint then from 12th position. The front end buckles in at turn 13 into 14, 15, 16 the last 3 corners. He might actually be able to rejoin, and he has done.
It didn't actually hit the gravel. It stopped just short of it.
So he just lost the front of 14. Yeah.
I told you, just losing it, but can continue.
Yeah, Martin has done a 131.3, Bagnaia 131.236, so Bagnaia's faster. Morbidelli is closing in on that on last year's motorcycle. The top 2 GP24s are back at the front on a circuit where they have data. Guess what happens? And next weekend as well, Marquez is going to have data 3 times as much. So when we're back here for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix in a few weeks as a double header, we are going to be in for a Marc Marquez treat. But I was expecting Bagnaia to win this. But of course, the king of the sprints, Martin, has won 14 of them over the 2 years. Of course he's in the lead.
Yeah, is it just me or do I smell petrol? I mean, I get the cars running, but That's a lot of petrol as well.
Oh, great. Don't they, and that, we're in a box full of electrics. If we blow up, that'll make YouTube sensation, won't it?
Should I go tell them what?
No, it'll be fine. It's just the car exhaust, probably.
It's a lot of petrol.
If we explode, then we'll have a problem. If
we get constant updates.
if we explode, YouTube, I think, might know and might help. Anyway, back. God, it is a strong smell, like you said, isn't it?
Yeah.
But something threw up there from Marquez. I text them just in case, actually, because that is a very strong smell coming through where we are. So, as we just get carbon monoxide poisoned with a coach as well, into lap 4 we go, 10 to go. Martin leads by 0.3 of a second, back 9 second. Morbidelli's in 3rd place at the moment, but Enea Bastianini and Brad Binder are battling over 4th position. They're closed in as well, right back with Pedro Acosta. Those 3 in a tow. Then it's Jack Miller, Marc Marquez and Marco Bezzecchi for 7th place as well. Into the pit lane has come Stefan Bradl. He has come in, but Jorge Martin has been given a track limits warning by the stewards. Wow, okay. So Martin has been given a warning by the stewards that he is going too much over the line as Acosta tries to come the inside there of... well, that's Binder, because Bastianini's got through on Binder. He's made the move there as well. There's the confirmation that Martin's got the track limits warning. Bastianini has passed Binder. We didn't see it on TV pictures.
Why is he getting track limits? Why are you trying so hard? I mean, I get it's 2/10 difference, but still, even if you make one mistake. Both
of the Prima Promax are having track limits warning. Acosta and Miller now getting the same thing. Huh. So they must have done it 3 times running.
So they're all seeming to have a lot of difficulty with everything.
Yeah.
Everything seems okay, apparently. Just not in here.
Well, we'll see what happens. Then with 10 to go, plus then the St Mary's, and I'm here until 6. Something like that. Yeah, we'll think about that. So there's a couple of hours to go. SHT says Bridal's day is done just like that. iFan says Marc Marquez 93 as well.
Bezzecchi crashes out.
And that is, you just see him dropped underneath from Marc Marquez in the rear camera. Coming out of turn 2, the front end buckles away.
Same thing as the team, though.
I don't think that's in the middle of the circuit. I will be alarmed if it is. Because
I think it is.
Oh, the bike's caught fire.
Fire.
So he's just dipped out from underneath him. Do you know what I reckon? Oil on the bike there, and it's caught fire. Yeah, it's caught fire.
Yeah, oil on the bike, and then it's skidding along, so sparked it.
Yeah, and just whoosh.
That's coincidental, but we smell petrol and then fire.
Binder versus Acosta. Acosta on the inside line, coming into turn number 9. They're going to really go together into 10, and through goes Pedro Acosta, passing Brad Binder for 5th place with a chef kiss move to slip through on the inside line. Bezzecchi is okay, but that bike is on fire. Local yellows at turn 1 then, and there, I believe, are meatball flags out. So there is a slippery surface flag out down on that part of the circuit. So there is oil down. We're about to see, 20 bikes fly through that part of the track.
That ain't good.
We'll see if anybody goes down. Wouldn't it be a shame if it wouldn't be interesting if Martin goes down and Bagnaia gets the 12 points and everything sort of closes up into tomorrow's Grand Prix?
That would be funny.
Well, one always crash at opposite times. Martin crashing in races, Bagnaia crashing in sprints. Only a coincidence crashed last time out. Through 1 and 2 now. Looks to be okay. We understand it's on the ulterior layout of this circuit, where there is the rallycross section of the circuit where there is oil that we also use for Formula E.
So we're here.
Yes. Yeah. Just checking that as they come through. So Martin leads a second now. Well, that does not look like a second, does it? That's wrong. That's what, 0.3 per second. Yeah, 0.3.
0.3. Now 2.
So again, we're going to have a close battle as well. Lap 6 of 13, effectively half distance.
3.
Someone moved up the order there, and I didn't see who it was. I'm keeping an eye out on the running order. 1. No, I couldn't see it moved up. I think it's Miller and Marquez. There we go. Viñales passing Alicia Spargrove for 11th position. So the two Aprilias swap over as they come down towards turn 10 and 11. Flicking through at 11. That's the top of the J section on this circuit. Literally, we just race in a J.
Not good. Yeah, true.
It's my circuit.
Not a good day for the R46s.
No, both are down at the back. Bezzecchi's out of the race. D'Antonio is down in 21st position after falling earlier on. So in their home race, they're not doing very well. They get 2 home races, but I bet they're going to say, yeah, but this is San Marino. Yes, we're in Rimini, our home race, but actually, it's the Emilia-Romagna that you need to really be going like, that's our home race in 2 weeks' time. And there's a test here on Monday as well. Oh, slidey between them all.
Do you know what? A surprising amount of people in MotoGP come from here.
Really? Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah.
It's like a
lot of
surprising amount.
It's a mix of Rimini and Spain, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like they just like at school they're just like, what do you want to be when you grow up? You better say MotoGP driver.
In this area, it literally is like, what do you want to grow up? Valentino Rossi, done. Rossi, done. Oh, Miller's had a rear snap under braking, and Marc Marquez doesn't need to be asked twice to send it up the inside. He takes 7th position away and sets off after Brad Binder for 6th place. And Marc moves up with a stellar move on the inside left in towards turn 9. Now we're taking a look at the race leaders coming through turn 11, then into 12 and 13. The gap in the championship will stand as 26 points, so even if Martin crashes out tomorrow's race and Bagnaia wins, the gap will still be 1 point. So Martin's now starting to take away this championship, and Bagnaia knows it. They were running out of time. There's not that many races left.
There's not. And is that Augusto Fernandez getting track limits?
It is. Augusto in the 37 getting a track limits warning on the monitor. You are correct there.
Yeah, because 25 is round.
Yeah, on the Tech 3. Sorry, on the Trackhouse Aprilia. Trackhouse. Yeah, I was right. Trackhouse Aprilia. Don't know why I doubted myself there. It's because I've been
a long day.
My brain already is going. All the stuff from the cars we've been calling in the Goodwood Revival. I've only done 1 Goodwood Revival race myself today, but yeah, we're off, I think, for the rest. Hopefully, this race is over in the next 12 minutes and we can go across straight over back to the St Mary's Trophy for touring cars.
And D'Antonio anticipates.
And out goes Digi, so both VR46 Ducatis are out of this race. It gets worse and worse and worse, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're not having a great time of it.
They really are not. Anything you can do, I can do better.
If you're not a VR46, apparently.
So that's what,
or
20
Honda.
riders left. Kiki Nakagami is the last. Alex Rins fighting injury, he's 19th. If you're just joining us for the first time today and wondering where Juan Mir is, he is not racing due to his gastroenteritis. It has got very much worse overnight.
We wish him well.
Yes, we do. We sympathise. And he has withdrawn from the event.
Yeah, because that's not going to be
Not the only thing withdrawing from him, but still. You don't want to. The last thing you want with that is to be bouncing on top of a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It would be hell.
But it always gets worse before it gets better, so the fact that it's got worse is a good sign.
And he'll still get to race here because he'll be here back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The riders are actually staying in Rimini for the 2 weeks. They've got the test tomorrow and then they're staying in for a week. Yeah, they're all going on holiday here. I think they're all off to Rossi's ranch as well, quite a lot of them. Marc Marquez is not allowed. Surprise, surprise. Speaking of which, despite him being a Ducati rider.
Isn't Rossi having another daughter?
I believe so, yeah.
Got a team in the making.
Get them into the WRC early on and then get them into Moto3, then into Moto2, then into MotoGP. And
just like you're a Rossi, this is what we do!
I would really love if Valentino Rossi's daughters became the first ever female motorcycle world champions.
That would be
in the
perfect.
Premier class.
I kind
it
of
would
feel
be so
like
justice.
I kind of feel like that's been his aim. It's
Yeah.
like as soon as he had a daughter, he's just like, perfect. Guess what we're having? Let me guess, another girl.
The most successful male and the most successful female will be Rossi's. That'd be quite something, actually. We're stalling because Marc Marquez is umming and ahhing about passing Binder, which is quite surprising, considering that it's Marc Marquez and Brad Binder. Down to turn 11.
Do you know what I've noticed? Quite a lot of the motorsport community, when they have children, they end up having girls.
Yeah. Well,
A lot of them.
Marino Franchitti's son won the Stonington Cup, the pedal car race earlier on. Marquez sent it up the inside, down at turn 14 on Brad Binder. He was planning that for so long. I was watching the monitor while talking to you, Megan. I could just see him wheeling him in. And then, oh, okay, I'll brake slightly later, leave the brake and clutch out, and away we go.
Something tells me he's been fishing.
Yeah, well, Marquez knows how to fish. He's got his racing bug back, hasn't he? His race-winning bug. I'm impressed by Franco Morbidelli here. After that bad start, still in third position, after the terrible season he's had. This is really good from him before he leaves next year.
It is, especially going up against Passionini.
Yeah, Pole's up into 14th. He's passed Johan Zarco. As things stand, by the way, if this was the race tomorrow, Zarco would pick up a point for Honda. So that's something to keep your eye on, to be fair.
3 points now.
Oh, he's really past Pole. Damn.
Yes. That's a good thing for him.
Not for Pole. Pole's been... Pole crashed in qualifying and in practice too, so yeah.
I'd rather Pole get one, obviously due to my...
Bias?
Yes, against Honda.
Well, I'll keep it together.
One of them are out, the other's in last place, and then there's Zarco. Why are you at Honda?
And then there's Mard. And then there's Mard.
And then there's Zarco.
Let's have a look at the start then, Megan. You take us through Franco Morbidelli.
Oh, look. Is it Martin? That's still...
No, there's Martin. Look at Morbidelli. There's one twitch. And there's the second twitch,
you
mid-straight.
can see him jump up.
Almost hit Pedro Costa.
Yeah, it was very tight into that corner. Oh, a little bit of contact there at the back.
Didn't see who with, though.
It was near a VR46.
So that was Nakagami alongside. This is Binder and his live launch. Binder got a great start, but Martin from fourth to first. Morbidelli too. Go on.
He was just like, do you know what? I see a good way about this. Just like, go right through.
Al says, go Fabio from Indonesia. Hello. And SHT says, this will be Morbidelli's first MotoGP podium in how long if he does finish third? About 2 years?
Jeez. Alex Marquez track limits. Can we just talk quickly about how many of the field have track limits?
The top 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
hello.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of the remaining 20.
So it's easy to say who doesn't have a track limits warning, and that's Marc Marquez, Brad Binder, Aleix Espargaro, Miguel Oliveira, Ralph Fernandez, Luca Marini, and Alex Rins.
Oh, and Zarco.
Oh, and does Zarco not have one? Yeah, Zarco too. Everybody else has track limits warning, which is quite ridiculous, to be fair, because you can see how close it's getting.
It is, and just look at all that. Despite us having 3 instances, it's just all track limits.
Yeah, the messages are just track limits to put in the commentary box.
It's like that fateful day that we had so many lap time deletions in the F1 race.
Oh, what was it, like 1,000? Something stupid like that?
Something like that.
It was 70 laps and we had like 1,000 deletions.
And it was running like 20 laps behind.
It took us...
Was that another?
Yes, it was. Augusto Fernandez has been given a long lap penalty for track limits. So he's now broken of that. And it is due to exceeding track limits, yes.
Long lap penalty. He said something else about long lap penalty. It came up twice.
Long lap penalty for exceeding track limits?
Yeah, but it came up a second time.
It's flashed it twice.
Maybe if you missed it, here it is.
It flashed up once telling us, and then it flashed up again with the reason why. It's a really bizarre system.
Why can't they just put it on film?
Yeah. Zul says, go Marc Marquez. He's in P6 at the moment, 4/10 behind Pedro Costa, so he is pushing. 2 laps to go.
And one of the only ones not to have...
Binder, track limits warning. So that's now 7 to 11, yeah. 7-11. So there's a shop opening there. What's the point of 7-Eleven?
Why do they have a
It's open 7
lowercase
days a
n?
week, 11 hours?
Apparently. Must be.
That's not really good with business, is it?
Why do they have a lowercase n?
I have no idea what's going on.
Who thought of that? It's the...
Morbidelli's going to get passed by an Air Basciini here, coming through down into turn 14. It's the same as Marc Marquez. Oh, Morbidelli sees it coming there and shuts that door.
Not only do they have one number and one word number, but they also have the word number having all capital letters except the last one, N, lowercase.
Standing up
Same
there
size.
onto the last lap. Well, Martin has a 1.5 second advantage. The battle for third is brewing up as Enea Bastianini tries to look round the outside of Franco Morbidelli to the first corner. Did not work out. He'll try and slipstream him as much as possible, though. So it kind of is working, it kind of isn't, Megan.
This actually might work out. And long lap penalty again for Augusto Fernandez. Why have you come up a second time?
Well, it's a case of one, case of the other.
Oh, due to incorrect long lap.
Oh, you're joking me.
Yep. He did it wrong. How do you do it wrong?
Must have touched that line, exterior of the circuit, and it cost up. Bastianini sends it up the inside in turn 8 on Franco Morbidelli and retakes third, but goes too long. Morbidelli gets the comeback, pulls the throttle and goes back through to third. We want Morbidelli to get this podium. It's like when Danny Pedrosa had it last year here. Do you remember? Oh, no, you weren't here. Jess was... it was Julia with me in the box for that one.
But I watched it from a distance.
Yes.
So, we need Morbidelli.
Is Yamaha making progress? Well, they're P9 at the moment with Fabio Quartararo. So
Better
yes,
than usual.
it very much is.
Not better than a couple of years ago. But
Well, Marquez has passed Pedro Acosta for 5th place. They've made that position clear. Morbidelli's only got a few more corners left before it's sweet number 15 in sprint racing. There's Mark on the inside. Acosta trying to fight back, carrying around the outside. That's a battle to the line. Jorge Martin, though, will extend the championship advantage at the front. It's 26 not out. 15th sprint race win for Jorge Martin in MotoGP. Pecco Bagnaia is second, and Franco Morbidelli gets the podium in third with a fantastic race. 4th for Bastianini. Marquez is 5th. Then it's Acosta, Binder, Miller, the points, the final out. Before then, Quartararo, Alex Marquez, Vinales, Aleix Espargaro, Augusto Fernandez, Zarco, Paul Espargaro, Oliveira, Ralph Fernandez, Marini, Rins and Nakagami, D'Antonio Bezzecchi and Bradle are out of the race, and damn!
they started it 8 minutes early. And also, in the top 11, Marc Marquez, the only one not to have a track limits warning.
They've started the St Mary's Trophy 8 minutes early, which means we can't interrupt it. So...
Oh, well, we can do our commentary on it later when we do it.
No, because it's live.
I know, but we can...
Oh, I can't be bothered.
So we're not doing it.
We get St Mary's Trophy tomorrow as well. There's 2.
Oh, well, that's perfect then. Obviously, we weren't meant to do this one.
Why have they started it 8 minutes
I don't
early?
know. It said it will start at half past
2, yeah.
But then they did it 8 minutes early.
That's a surprise. Let's hope for a red flag. I've just looked down at the monitor and it was on. Oh, well.
Done. Session will not be restarted.
That was the
That's a previous
Ford
one, right?
Water Trophy, yeah.
Oh, I reckon that's why they've
Drizzle.
started it. They're doing it before it fully rains.
So that means you can join me for the Magic Cup.
When's that?
An hour.
Do I have to?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Magic is GT cars.
We'll see.
So the Ford GT40s, that sort of thing.
I'm not feeling...
What a race.
done.
Look at that. 2 seconds fast, 2.2 seconds faster than last year's sprint time. So
Getting
last year's
faster and
sprint time,
faster.
19 minutes, 58 seconds. This year's 19 minutes, 56 seconds. Martin won both and did it 2 seconds faster than last year.
That's a lot of twos.
That is quite good, actually, as well. Final thoughts on the sprint, Max?
I thought it was very good, and also I just realised that technically if you add up all his things, it adds up to 8.
Okay, well, there might be a safety car in this race, and if there is, we'll change over and take over. If not, we'll leave you to it. Thanks for your company. If you're watching us on YouTube, you'll be redirected to the Goodwood Revival. So take care, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Before that, this is Marc Marquez on Pietro Acosta, sent up the inside on the last lap, and that was why Marquez finished in 5th. Nice move.
Very.
Yeah, sweet move as well. Thanks for your company then. We'll be back tomorrow. Reminder, MotoE is up next. Well, we'll just leave it for MotoE then. Yeah, it'll be easier.
Yeah. What?
Can't do the Magic Cup. MotoE.
Obviously, we're not meant to do these things. There was a change around there.
Augusto Fernandez. Penalised down to 16th place.
Yep.
Right, that's it. I'm taking over the...
3-second penalty.
I'm taking over the St Mary's Trophy. I want to call some Goodwood action. Martin wins, Bagnaia second, Morbidelli third. We'll see you tomorrow for all the action. Take care. Bye-bye. Tension is rising here at the Mazzano World Circuit. Marco Simoncelli for round 13 of the MotoGP World Championship in 2024. Slicks or wets, that's the bet for half the field to try and decide upon here today, as the weather conditions are turning into an interesting combination. A flag to flag is possible, but one thing for certain, anybody has a chance to win this race today. Let's take a look then at how they line up on the starting grid here as well. The white flag has now been displayed as the warm-up lap starts. That now means that we have the chance of a flag to flag. The white flag being displayed means that it is raining and that the riders can change their bikes if it gets worse. So we're not now expecting, unless the rain is heavy, the red flag to come out. This is the starting grid then. Pecco Bagnaia on pole position. Franco Morbidelli is second with Marco Bezzecchi in third. Jorge Martin is fourth. Pedro Costa fifth. Brad Binder sixth. Alex Marquez is seventh. Enea Bastianini is eighth. Marc Marquez ninth. Fabio Quartararo rounds out your top 10. Then it is Maverick Vinales 11th with Jack Miller in 12th. Aleix Espargaro is 13th with Fabio Di Giannantonio 14th. 15th for Paulo Espargaro, 16th Johan Zarco, 17th Augusto Fernandez, 18th Miguel Oliveira, Rafa Fernandez 19th, Alex Rins 20th, Taki Kagami 21st, Stefan Bradl's 22nd. Luca Marini has withdrawn from the event with a viral infection. His teammate, Juan Mir, was already out with gastroenteritis, so neither of the LCR Hondas, the factory Repsol bikes, are going to go out on the track. Megan Birch alongside both of them.
What are they giving to them?
I have no idea, but Megan Birch alongside me in the commentary box.
Also, more bad things for anyone from this town.
Warm-up lap has started, but the white flag has been displayed, Megan, from race control. So the rain is here. They can now swap bikes, but it's going to be if it gets heavier and when it gets heavier. That's the question. Hello to you.
Now looking at that weather, it could hold off.
There is a big rainstorm due in, by the way. Like, huge.
I'm going to check for weather, see if it tells me anything more.
Don't need to. Simon Patterson, rain getting heavier. A little heavier from trackside.
What's the name again? Like, how to spell it?
Tyre choices for now. Everyone medium and front out there as well.
No, I mean the town.
It's up there. Anyway, stand up because it's ready for a start procedure. Green flag at the back. We're in a flag to flag here at Mazzano. Nobody knows what the next 27 laps holds. The World Championship's on the line. Pecco's on pole with 5 lights on. It's blast off in Mazzano. Great start this time for Franco Morbidelli. Once again, Jorge Martin's going to come on the inside line. They're side by side to the first corner and they almost touch. It's the 23 bike that's ahead, but Bagnaia leads the way. Look further back. Brad Binder, Marco Bezzecchi in a battle. Alex Marquez hasn't made a great getaway either, and now the smoke billowing in from turn 6 and 7. It's Martin up the inside, gets ahead of Franco Morbidelli as we head down into turn 7. Bagnaia leads, Martin second, Morbidelli third, Acosta fourth, Binder in 5th position. Then it's Bezzecchi, Marquez, Bastianini, Quartararo. Morbidelli's right round the outside of Pietro Acosta, who's trying to come back through on the inside line. Hasn't worked out down here. Few riders going wide. Oh, a little bit of a tap there. And Bastianini having a battle. I think that was with Alex Marquez looking at it as well. Coming in, yes, it was. Alex is down to where Quartararo is. Oh, and going wide there is Fabio Di Giannantonio, losing more and more places. So does Marco Bezzecchi. So the two VR46s that retired in the sprint race yesterday are not having the rain coming down in Carvone as well. We've got some flags up and a little bit of a bike twitch from Bezzecchi. No one gone down yet, Megan, but we are in a flag to flag. They can change if they want to. Acosta's going wide. This it seems to be the dampest part of the track. It's the last sector.
It certainly seems it. That rain, I don't think it's going to hold off much longer, and Alex Marquez just loses position to Quartararo. No jump starts, and he's gained position again on Quartararo. We're in a battle.
Yep, no jump starts and race control. We can show you those messages now. We're just taking the blog off, so it's not that bad as the top 2 in the World Championship do battle once more. And Martin's trying to look up the inside and almost takes off this front tyre on the rear. 9 times out of 10 you go down the deck. That's the second time today today. We've seen a front wheel touch someone's rear tyre, and they didn't go down, and that's a third! That's a third!
Is that debris just gone off?
Yes, it was! Acosta touching the back to Franco Morbidelli. That's twice in 2 corners. Somebody hits their front tyre on the rear tyre of the bike in front, and they don't go down the deck. And the rain's getting heavier as we come down into turn 8 as well. Alicia Spargo's gone a bit too deep as well, and it's all going off now as well as the rain gets heavier.
Did Antonio passes Alicia Spargo, and it is looking to get increasingly worse so far. And it just all seems so dramatic right now. And further down the field, Vinales has been passed by Paula Spargo.
Simon Patterson is saying that the riders are sliding all over the place as well. We can see that the white flag has been displayed all the way around the circuit. We've also got the white flag with the red X. That indicates it's raining in that part of the circuit. It certainly is heavier in Sector 4. The 2 championship protagonists, though, nearly coming together. Martin trying to go on the inside into turn 3 on Bagnaia. Here it is again, Megan. He just puts it up too much. Bagnaia doesn't know he's there. It's the same situation as Aragon.
It is. Oh, and then he almost gets caught by his teammate just behind when he was trying to back off a little bit. But it's just... How much happened just then?
And the space of 3 in 2 laps, we've had so much. 1:32.089 for Pecco Bagnaia. He has the fastest lap of the race so far. This is Pedro Acosta on the inside of Franco Morbidelli. And there's a winglet that came off of somebody's bike. Well,
Just got a bit too close.
It must be Morbidelli's.
Yeah. It seems like it was Morbidelli's. And then again, it could have been... it might be... Oh, it's Acosta's, I think. Or something.
TPMS not active due to white flag as Acosta dives up the inside of Franco Morbidelli at turn 8. Acosta up to 3rd. Now, what is the TPMS not active?
I don't know what it is.
Track map system not working?
I mean, it has to be. I don't know what else it could be.
Morbidelli back through on the inside of Pedro Acosta at turn 9 as well. So
Morbidelli does not want to give up his position.
Yeah, just to point out to you, we'll share it on the race control messaging that we have up in the commentary box. TPMS not active due to white flag. Don't know what that means. Track positioning marshalling system. That's what's going, that's what it is.
You just figured out.
Track positioning marshalling system. So that is the boards around the circuit. They're not active due to the fact that they are showing white flags. So if there's a yellow flag, they'll have to rely on the yellows themselves. But that's not going to help the rider because they don't get that information from race control.
That's going to make the situation a whole lot more complicated.
It is going to make it more complicated as well with the white flag still being out. It is a flag-to-flag race then, if we have to. The white flag was displayed just before the race started. So they'll continue to push and continue to attack as we are keeping this race glued on the monitors.
Fastest on track is now Morbidelli.
Oh, that's not surprising, really. I kind of expected that on the GP23 bike as well, because he can just tail in the 24s. The 24s have more torque. 23 lasts this condition better overall. As we take a look on board, this is with Marc Marquez in the white Gresini this weekend. The men in white, they said, over on the board as well for Gresini.
Just going to quickly calculate the possible time, so that's 91 seconds.
Well, you've got to remember as well that if the rain gets heavier, the lap goes to about 2 minutes. So,
oh, this is actually...
yeah, it's not that long of a race in dry conditions, but in wets it changes several times. So you do have to be careful. As we take a look, there's Brad Binder and Ayabashi just behind him. Pedro Acosta.
Acosta down.
No, he's gone off. I think Acosta's just gone wide.
No, he's down.
No, you're right. He's dropped out. Yeah. So Acosta was off the circuit, I saw, and then he's just dropped it coming down.
After.
Yeah, that's down at turn 14, and he's in the gravel as well. I don't know how that's happened.
He's trying to push up his spike.
He'll get going again. I reckon he's tried to rejoin, and the track is damp there. Oh, he's put gravel all over this circuit, and no one's going to like him for that. So watch him. He gets offline, he comes back on, turns in, and the front end's just going to dip because there's no traction. I reckon the painted line had water on it, and he's come back on the track, tried to turn in. Oh, and there it goes.
He still never let go of his bike.
He still doesn't know. He continues to hold on against that as well.
It's like he tries to push his bike towards him, just like, no, you do not go on the wall.
Well, Acosta as well had contact with Morbidelli on lap 2. On lap 5, he's down, and the top two factory bikes now moving away on the Grand Prix 24s. Morbidelli is joining them in battle, so it's a three-way fight at the front. Then it's Bastianini, Binder, Marquez, Miller, Bezzecchi, all sort of closing in on the tail-end fight. I'd even throw in Alex Marquez in 9th position. He's closing in nicely as well. But no one at the moment seems to be wanting to focus on the fact that the rain is just staying the level, that psychological rain. It's not getting heavier, it's not getting worse at the moment. It's light rain according to our timing systems up here in the commentary box. If it does go flag to flag, then we get worse. Well, if they have to come in for it.
Have you noticed how all 3 Hondas, if Rins get out of the way, would be in a row near the back of the grid?
Yeah, Rins down in 20th position because he's coming back from injury and isn't having the greatest restart to his season. But I agree with you, Megan. They would be all together in a line, and I think that's something that even they know needs to be worked on a little bit more.
This Antonio has... His bike didn't look right just then.
No. Digi's sliding around like crazy. Remember yesterday that VF46 wasn't right. But when was the last time we saw Franco Morbidelli in a position to win a race? His last race victory was Valencia in 2020. But Morbidelli does like this circuit. His first ever race win in MotoGP came here in 2020 at Mazzano in San Marino's Grand Prix. So he knows how to win races here.
He needs to win again.
He can win again as well as he closes up. He was on a Yamaha back in the day as well, don't forget. As they continue to close in. I can see the raindrops are falling as Marco Bezzecchi versus Jack Miller. And yeah, you're right, it's going to be forced wide. Just doesn't get the traction on. Alex Marquez beautifully slips it through on the inside line and takes over. So that's Miller 7th, Marquez 8th, and Bezzecchi down to 9th. And maybe a bit, that's Miller also under attack from... Alex Marquez. So
further down the field, Raul Fernandez passes Vinales. So Vinales goes even further down the field. I feel like it's very...
What's happened to him in the second half of this season as well, with 7 to go after this one.
Something just does not feel right there.
It does not, as they continue to fly through. There's the grab from Acosta coming on the circuit, so they'll get that out of the way. Over the line we go once more. 21 laps to go. Morbidelli's out!
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
But we're watching the TV picture, so how's that happen? He's going to drop it into turn 1. There he goes. Out goes Morbidelli. He crashes out of the first corner, and the chance of victory has gone away from him. After such his airbag's gone off, but after such a great lunge, he's down. And out goes Franco Morbidelli.
Why? Why Morbidelli? Out of everyone.
The rain's getting heavier. That's why, Megan. The rain's getting heavier down to the first few corners.
Alex Marquez goes into 6th, though.
The rain is getting heavier. The rain is getting heavier. So this is now going to play a factor. We thought it was easing off. Look at this down to turn 8. You can see the rain, fine rain coming down.
So much moisture.
And they're all going wide as well. Miller passes Marquez. That's Alex Marquez out of the way. But they're all taking the wide line. You can see that the damp part's coming through. The rain is here. It is raining. It is raining. Back now, Martin on the track together. It's visibly raining. Now is the time to pit. So that's from Simon Patterson in the pit lane. The bikes are getting ready. It's a flag to flag.
Morbidelli could start again on that.
If he can, now that is a point. If Morbidelli's bike can get restarted, he can get back in and they're all off the track. They're all going off. Off goes Martin wide. And it's really hammering it down now in Mazzano.
I can foresee so many track limits.
Into Carvone they come, but they'll be excused because it's wet weather. They'll get a free pass. The track limits won't matter that much, but they have to come in this lap. Now the flag to flag rule is you come in and change. Martin is coming in. Bagnaia is not. Bagnaia is not coming in. So the World Championship leader enters the pit lane. He feels the time is right, and now this is crucial because he's going to fall out of the points paying positions. Several other riders coming in.
Aleix Espargaro, Raul Fernandez, Vinales spelt wrong for some reason.
And in comes Jorge Martin, a
Rins,
beautiful
Acosta,
pit stop.
Fernandez, Augusto.
But is it wet enough out there? That's the question. The pit lane looks bone dry, but it's a different tarmac to what it is out there on the circuit. Oh boy! And there's a yellow flag in the last last sector as
Martin rejoins.
Augusto Fernandez has crashed out. That brings out a yellow flag. Martin Fernandez, Aleix Espargaro, Ralph Fernandez, Vinales, Rins, Acosta, they're all in the pit lane. Morbidelli's out of the race, and Fernandez going down. And these come back in now.
Rejoined.
Aleix Espargaro's crashed out. Aleix crashed out. He's come back out as well. So Aleix has gone down, coming out the pit lane, and he's come up and gone again. The rain's getting heavier. Look at Bagnaia. Bagnaia was 4 seconds in front. He is right there with Brad Binder. And there's contact as Miller goes through on Marquez. The top 14 that haven't pitted are right up there together. No sign of the red flag at the moment because they don't need to be. But now they've all got to come in to change in the pit lane. I don't know why they've gone the extra lap. Martin has swapped over. The 14 up haven't. 15 down to 20 have.
Marquez goes into second place.
This is unbelievable. The rain.
2 points.
Martin's only got 2 points, but how long for? Because look at Marquez. He is the king of these conditions. He passes the 2 KTMs of Binder and Miller, and he's going round the outside of Pecco Bagnaia. Marquez is going to have the lead of this race. He's on the inside, but that blocks Bagnaia coming into the pit lane. And now Marquez leads. The 2 KTMs are side by side into Mazzano, and Miller passes Binder, and Marquez leads in San Marino.
But when are they all going to go into the pits? And that was Brad Binder repassing Alex Marquez.
Bastianini's in trouble now. Look at that. Bang Martin will lead by 7 points, but it's a 9-way fight, maybe 10-way fight for the race victory here. Alex Marquez under pressure as well. He's going to get lunge on the inside and contact. And contact. That's going to be Quartararo taking 2 of them. Bezzecchi and Alex Marquez go wide. It's all happening so much we can barely keep across it. Marquez leads, but look at that's Mark. He's got 2 tenths to Bagnaia. Miller's in 3rd. Binder's 4th. Bastianini's in 5th. And then it's all hell coming further back as Alex Marquez sends it out the inside of Marco Bezzecchi. But Fabio Quartararo's there, locking up the rear and almost having a high side. Oh boy, this San Marino Grand Prix is dramatic. Here comes Bezzecchi back through on the inside. Quartararo sits it out through 9, tries to cut back, but it's too wet for that. Whoa. They've got to pit, surely. One of them is going to end up going down. Marquez is the king of these type of conditions, but even he can't stay on if there's more water on the track. Well, my money's on Bagnaia crashing out, to be fair.
To be honest, I think it's one of the back 3 of them because they're bound to take each other off.
They are battling like crazy. You are right there as well. But they're not stopping this lap time. They don't feel like they need to. Now, what's the lap time comparisons, Megan? For those who have stopped who haven't. So Mark and Martin.
Those who have not stopped are actually quicker on the track than those who have stopped.
Marquez's last lap time was a 1:34.5. We're waiting for...
Martin's was a 1:46.
But we're waiting for him to come through. That was his pit lap. We're waiting for him to come through for another lap time around. So we need to hold on for that one. Martin is in 15th at the moment, getting 1 point paying position. Martin is coming out the last corner soon, so we will get that lap time now. They're 2 seconds a lap slower. This might actually... Martin's coming back into the pits. Martin's into the pit lane.
Why?
So it's not wet enough yet. But can you do that? Can you swap bikes back? I don't think you can.
No, I don't think you can. Unless it's some problem we're not aware of.
You can't. Look, he's come back in. He knows. And Ralph Fernandez coming in as well. So that everybody who's swapped over... This is amazing. Everybody who's swapped over to the wet bikes have gone too soon. And now the Martin's just standing because they don't know what the rule is. This is unbelievable. The World Championship leader is just standing in the pit lane waiting to get on one of the bikes.
And
this is an only shambles going on now as Bagnaia tries to come back through on the inside of Calvone and Marquez hasn't worked out. And they're going to be lapped. They are going to be actively lapped.
Martin rejoins the race.
He's on slicks.
He knows he's lost.
He's on slicks. But now look, the track is dry. It's not wet.
Everyone who has pitted has just made the huge mistake, and everyone who has not has calculated and actually saw it through, testing how bad the rain was going to get.
I said this would be a World Championship deciding weekend. How right was I? Because we saw Bagnaia crash out. We saw there's Martin there, and there's the race leader, and he's lapped. The championship leader has been lapped by Alex Marquez, Mark Marquez, Beckerman, and all the rest of them who haven't stopped. The World Championship leader is lapped, and now Pecco Bagnaia is going to be really, really enthused to get get past Marc Marquez because he will bring the championship down to 2 points.
I can feel Bagnaia laughing.
This is just swings and roundabouts in MotoGP in 2024. You never know what's going to happen next.
Jack Miller's in third.
And where did that come from? The man who has been kind of announced as officially joining Pramac when they have the Yamaha engine next year, he's now running in third position, holding off Renee Pasquini.
And may I just say, Honda are in a row, but they're in the middle of the grid and all have points.
And here comes Pecco Bagnaia into Carvone. I thought he was going to have a lunge there on Mark.
Rins has entered the pit lane.
Well, he was on the other tyre as well, so he swapped back.
Yeah, he's on wets right now.
Yeah, so that's going to be Martin back up into a points-paying position. What on earth is going on in this championship? As Kieran says, it's snakes and ladders. This is an absolute disaster, says SHT as well. Josh going to have a break. Josh is not going to have a break. No, it's absolutely just non-stop. And the best thing is, we're only on lap 11 of 27. There's 16 laps to go, and there's more rain coming behind that little cell that disrupted the race. What's going to happen next?
I have no idea. Rins has rejoined for race.
Bastianini's looking for a move on the inside line. And Jack Miller for third position, coming out of turn 3, not doing it. Through 4, nothing there. 5 and 6 comes back. The double loop around Miller, sliding out the rear of the bike. Bastianini tries to get the cut back, not going to work out. Alex is ahead of Brad Binder. Eyes to the front though, with Bagnaia and Marc Marquez closing up as well. Fantastic Grand Prix at the moment.
Almost an entire lap behind Martinez right now.
Yeah, Bastianini's going to go lunging up the inside into turn 8, trails back in and goes for it. Miller tries the cut back, can't do it. Up into third. Oh, maybe he can. No. Can
Just shy.
Oh my goodness me. This is certainly one of the best races of the year.
You don't even have a drink to help you right
No,
now.
I do not. And the door's shut as well, so it's getting quite humid here in the UK.
I had a dry throat today already.
What on earth is going to happen next in this one? And I'm glad that we're not on until about 4 o'clock now for our next one. For the coverage on the Goodwood Revival. I get a little bit of a lie down for the last few races. This is This is beyond insanity. This is absolute mental racing right now. Now, where is Martin? Martin is officially a lap down. If you look at the monitor, he is a lap down on the rest of the field. So Jorge Martin is currently in 15th. He'll pick up 1 World Championship point only with 15 laps to go. He is outside of any realms of winning this race. Unless it really rains, but then he'll have to come in as well. So
he's not going to win.
He's not going to win. They've lost it. Everyone who swapped bikes earlier on have lost it. And they've all gone a lap down.
They all made a huge mistake. But surprisingly, the Hondas never did make that mistake. And now they have 3 in a row and are all getting points.
13, 14, and it's been 12, 13, 14. Zarco, Nakagami, Brado.
Everyone who did not pit has just guaranteed themselves points.
Comically, they're all the LCR Hondas as well.
Yeah.
With Brado wildcarding this weekend. This is absolutely insane racing. All the LCRs, Hondas, the top 14 says, SHT, back up your point, Megan. This race has kind of settled down now into a rhythm because the rain has not come down as hard as we thought it would.
Now they're all just determined to get as much gap between each other as they can.
Just taking a look at Simon Patterson's Twitter to see if there's any information that I've missed as Alex Marquez closing up. He's got the 2 KTMs right alongside him, Miller ahead and Bagnaia behind him as well. This is absolutely... Yeah, I agree. They needed to... This is unbelievable at all. Martin laps, back in for slicks again to try and take a look at it. This is perfect for Bagnaia. Let Marquez find the wet spots because he's in a title threat. So yeah, let Bagnaia just stay in second place until the last lap and then pounce Marc.
Or just stay there, let Marc have a second win.
2 wins in a row could be coming from Marc Marquez, who predicted that coming in. I think I did actually for my pick a winner. I might be getting my pick a winner right for that one. I hope so. Marc is good in these mixed conditions. How's Alex? Well, he too is a world champion. And he's right behind Jack Miller. Jack Miller, who won his first ever Grand Prix in the Netherlands at Assen in 2016.
He's not doing too badly.
Yeah, not bad at all. The Aprilias are effed, says SHT. That they are. 16 and 18 in the lap down.
Acosta passes Alicia Spargrove in 0 points.
And yeah, that's just for 17th position. So effectively ignore 15 down. It's the 14s that are in this battle. But I don't know. We've still got that chance of more rain coming in. It's not over yet, Megan.
15 downs.
Yeah.
15 downs just fighting for a single point.
Why did Now, I'm very surprised that the rules have allowed them to swap bikes back. I thought the rule for flag to flag was you can only swap bikes once, but no, they've all come back in for slicks.
Then they're going to change them another time.
I think it's a new set of slicks for Martin, isn't it? 9 laps in the front. Let's have a look. Yeah, Martin, 9 lap front and 3 laps soft rear. Now, is that bit allowed, where you can swap the rear tyre out during the race?
Really?
Well, the stewards will deliberate on that one. I presume it is, otherwise they wouldn't have done it. They would have studied that rule book like crazy. Marc Marquez leads.
They changed Mark's bike a bit this race.
Instead of, well, yes, 1, the livery's different. So that's all. But yes, 2, they have had a little bit of an aero update to that bike. Even though it's the GP23, they've put a little bit of the 24 on it. Just a touch of aero updates on the winglets at the front there.
That explains why it's so far up.
It does look a bit different. And I don't think, look at Gigi Dall'Igno. Would Gigi Dall'Igno really press that big red button to... the metaphorical red button, I must say, as well. What we would actually do was... everyone says, the red button to shut down all the bikes that aren't Pecco's to win the championship. I don't think he would do that. And Alex Marquez has passed on the inside line, getting ahead of Jack Miller into the braking zone for turn 8.
Woohoo! Getting closer and closer to that podium.
Look at the 2 KTMs, though, having a battle. This is energetic stuff, isn't it?
It is. And it'd be nice for Mark to win again with Alex actually on the podium too.
Yeah, I didn't get it last time out of Aragon, with Alex crashing out in a battle with Pecco Bagnaia. But they are now running in that order again, so it's not completely out of the realms of possibility that could be on for another accident. The 2 KTMs getting a bit too close together. Jack Miller in 5th and Brad Binder in 6th position, holding it on. Oh, I'm loving this race. Bagnaia was faster than Mark in that last sector, so they are flying around on deltas. Over the line we go then, with 12 laps remaining in the MotoGP San Marino Grand Prix. Marc Marquez leads with Pecco Bagnaia 2nd, Enea Bastianini's 3rd, Alex Marquez 4th. GP23, then it's GP24, 24, then GP23. So, which is the faster bike again in these conditions? Yeah, just the rider more than the bike itself. And these 2, of course, teammates next year. Marc Marquez and Pecco Bagnaia on the factory red team. And Enea Bastianini moving over to, I believe, Gasgas, if I'm not mistaken. I just don't know what's going to happen next. SHT says, we are getting more glimpses of the potential rival between the next year. Teammates, absolutely. Mark is going to... Now, Pecco Bagnaia, I've always said, is a bit of a lucky world champion. He's done some fantastic racing, but he's not been in the position where he's gone, okay, let's focus down. If Marc Marquez comes back in, he's going to whip Bagnaia, and Bagnaia's going to try and whip him back. So the duel next year is going to be amazing. Then everybody else, all the other big Ducati riders being forced out and moving over to just as equally good machinery. Oh, we're in for a great year.
So they're going to be at each other's throats.
I'd like to say hello to William Razin, who has joined the JBMotorsports membership as well. He's our new member on the channel. Welcome to you. There's a brand new members video actually coming out tomorrow, where JT's been trackside with some caravans, and all the caravans got destroyed. So JT's been trackside again at his local raceways, and those videos will be going to the members tomorrow over the next 3 days as well. Aleix Espargaro enters the pit lane. Now he's 18th, Megan. Do you reckon that could be just a bye-bye-bye?
It could be, because honestly, what's he going to do? Change to wet tyres again when it's cloudy weather?
Rin's now up, so Augusto Fernandez and Franco Morbidelli are the only 2 that are out of this race. We will keep an eye on it as well. So hello, William. Hope you enjoy the members' channels. In fact, the main channel actually on JBMotorsports, we're getting a bit of a redo, so all the new thumbnails are coming on soon as well. I think JT said he was at Mendip's Raceway. That's where they were.
Coincidentally, Aleix Espargaro is one of only 3 riders right now to actually improve their last lap time score. So.
Yeah, he's closing up on these 2 battling at the front, aren't they, as well? So Marc Marquez lifting up the pace a little bit. Just letting it all fly up. Again, the helicopter camera getting a little bit of rain on it. But no sign of it actually changing. It just says cloudy now. No sign of any light rain on our monitors. from the race control information that you can see back at home as well. That data that you're seeing is the same data we have up here in the commentary box.
What was that on the track?
Where? Didn't see.
It was like a wet patch.
Probably was.
Yeah, though it was in the shape of like oil.
Could be reflections of a visor strip.
No, it was big.
Again, could be a visor strip. Gravel was also there. Don't forget Acosta went down there earlier on in the race.
It was like a darker version of the track, and it was like that big.
Could be a donut line. There was some revving earlier on with some...
no, it was all filled in.
I have not got a clue. I'll keep an eye on it. Where is it? Last two corners? I'll have a look at it. I was looking at the timing screen at that moment of the race.
I'll tap you when I see it again.
Just say there and I'll spot it. Down to turn 8. So the race now calming down. The top 3 are moving in, but looking at the distance, there are more rain clouds hovering in. Now look at that for the first sector. I don't usually do this, but take a look at the full timing screen. Look at that. Marc Marquez, 20.4, 20.4 for Bagnaia, 20.4, but exactly the same lap time, sector 1, for Bagnaia and Enea Bastianini. Like 20.457, the pair of them.
That's coincidental.
That is insanely coincidental between... it's unbelievable how close you can get. Now, it's at this part of the track back coming into Calvone, you say?
Think about...
Right, let's have a look then. It's round here.
Somewhere. It was while you were speaking before.
So, we'll cut to the angle now. Couldn't spot it. They could have patched it. I heard there was a lot of patchwork.
No. I think it might have been like early corners.
Marc Marquez twisting a little bit into turn 1. The rear snapping out. Here's the battle further back though. SHT says this will also be huge for Cassini to close in on Prima Primac and the constructors. Massively so. This is more from Simon Patterson. Aleix Spargo, by the way, has technical problems. That's why he's out of the race. Just to update you on what Simon's saying, I doubt Marc Marquez's crew expects him to be out in front like this. I might be a little relieved there's no tyre pressure penalties in a flag-to-flag race. That's true. So Marc Marquez doesn't have to worry about tyre pressures when the race is declared flag-to-flag because the conditions factor into that.
True.
So it's a flag-to-flag. Tyre pressures don't matter. So, in fact, you could run a really illegal bike and you wouldn't be called on tyre pressures because there's no need. So all those investigations that pop up post-race won't be popping up today.
Well, that's good.
Which means Marc Marquez can just keep out doing it front. It looks like the man in white might be doing a good job. Now, this is proof that the race is slowing down. A little bit of dust. No rain, I can see, Megan, on that. And you can see Bagnaia's eyes locked in on Marc Marquez.
He's just like, where are you going?
He's almost smiling. Looks like a smiling viper, doesn't he?
That's because Martin's literally out of way of winning.
Is it there you're on about?
It might be.
Yeah, it's a patch.
I'm not sure.
It's a patch in the circuit.
I'm not sure for it. Very strange.
Rain's coming in harder. So there's more rain about 5 minutes away. We've got 8 to go. We might get that rain coming in again. So the end of this race could be quite exciting. But we are, just like to point out, we are past 2/3 race distance. Megan.
I think it was a smaller bit alongside it too.
Keep an eye. Well, they did have to patch after the accidents earlier on the weekend.
I hope it was just a patch because it looked darker. It looked fresher. Like someone's just watered it with a watering can.
So just take a look on the socials. Again, don't have a go. Imagine if they had radios between pits and riders. This race would be really bleep with the team managing the riders, telling them what to do, no mistakes. That's true. They have been saying that the ship-to-shore radio is coming in MotoGP, but they don't want the riders say, well, we don't want it. And Dorna and Nam are saying, well, you're going to have it. And it says, well,
they're not going to use it.
Yeah, so the only way the riders say, okay, we'll have it, but is only if race direction can tell us and talk to us. Like, if there's a red flag, it will crash anything. They don't want to be managed. They want to ride the race themselves and be solo.
Yeah, but also, how are they going to use it?
I know.
For people who literally have to keep their hands on 2 handles, do they expect them going to be like, okay.
Also, these guys are in their own heads during races. So imagine right now, you know, Bagnai's turning in leaning angle. The engineer goes, okay, Pecco. Oh, down we go. Suddenly you get a voice of God in the back of your head, and it's like, what on earth was that? And you're in a focus zone.
It's not like when you're in a car.
Exactly my point.
It's a bike.
Yeah, you have to be focused every single time. You know exactly how it feels.
You're literally using your own balance.
Yeah, you don't want to be mid-corner and hear from an engineer, and then you go down on the deck and it costs you a championship.
And most of it is corners.
Yeah. I mean, the teams do have radios, but that's to talk to themselves and to tell what to put out on the pit board. Just leave it with the pit board. It's done for 75 years. Why do we need more?
It's like some technology just doesn't work in some parts.
Marquez has opened up the throttle. He's pulled out 4.8 seconds to Enea Bastianini, and now he's pulled out a second to Bagnai, but Bagnai's gone with him. He's tried to at least. 20 laps in before track limits warning. Yeah, first track. Alicia Spargo is out of the race. So we have confirmation on our radio here. Alicia Spargo entered the pits and retired. Fabio Di Gianantonio has a track limits warning as well. Megan has spotted the radar.
Rain.
Ah, okay, it's coming in more.
On the camera lens.
Right, they would have cleaned that as well.
Higher up.
Marc Marquez looking very good with his sector times.
It was like misty rain.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be, I think. No, what's wrong with that? P2, 6 laps to go. Your gap to Marc Marquez 1.2. Perfect, I understood that. You can't have... Oh, is it that? The donuts in the little section of the track.
No, it was tight. It was just like a big blob, like, do you know when you just spill a bit of water on the ground?
Yeah, go on.
It was like that.
I'm just checking the good revival. Very impressed with your laptop, Saturday.
Thank you.
It has another 6 laps to go.
By the way, tomorrow and Tuesday, you're barely going to see me. Because I'm just going to be... I'm just going to be writing up transcripts all day so that I can make room for more transcripts.
6 laps to go. Marc Marquez leading by 1.4 seconds. So what started out as an absolute cracker, once again has turned into the Marc Marquez show. Oh, and Bezzecchi passes Miller.
At least Bezzecchi's doing something good this weekend. He has not had the best of it this weekend.
All this does is change the championship back into what we wanted it to be. We were all really annoyed when Pecco crashed last time out and the gap was 23 points in the championship.
And now, Martin made a mistake. And it fixed it.
This is what it's going to be. This is what it's going to be. One will make the mistake, the next week the other will make the mistake. And it's going to go like that, yin and yang, for the next 9 races.
It all depends just which one makes the mistake in the final one.
Just like to point out, Megan, as well, we've got 6 races in the next 7 weeks. So that's a lot of back-to-backs coming up.
Martin, track limits one.
Aha! Will he lose that point? Actually, he might, you know. He might lose his last point. We should really actually be looking at the battle. Here it is now, because there's Jorge Martin, and there's Maverick Vinales. So Martin might not get any points in this race at all. As Vinales goes to the inside line, has he made that position for 15th? That could be crucial in the World Championship, not just yet, but we'll have to keep an eye on that, because if every point counts in this championship, and if Martin loses out, the gap in the championship's could be theoretically down to 2 if Bagnai wins the race.
Here's the battle, and it is very cloudy out there. Binder track limits warning.
Another flashing up on the monitor. Oh, it's a yin and yang, this race. Fantastic. Martin holding on. This is the battle for 15th, the last points paying position. Both a lap down.
So far, it's Ducati 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, this is fantastic. He's got new software time, remember, Martin. Hasn't done all the race distance.
What was that from Digital?
Don't know, but Marc Marquez was 7 tenths faster than Bagnai on that last lap. The guy's on 2 seconds.
Jeez. He really wants that second for him.
Zarco's flying out. This is Rins. This is over... well, how is this over battle for 12th? Because Rins is a lap down. Okay, the graphic didn't even realise that. The TV director doesn't know that that's not a battle on the circuit. That's Rins, who is in 19th position, a lap down, And there's Johan Zarco, who's on the lead lap in 12th. Now he's realised that was not the battle for 12th position. Far, far from it.
The person who is next to Zarco right now may have a blue car, but bike. But he's not even the same team.
It's Miguel Oliveira.
Yeah.
In the track house.
I mean, Rins' teammate is all the way up in 8th.
Fabio Quartararo, and doing a very good race, I might add, for Fabi at this one. A track where he clinched his World Championship in 2021. There goes Marc Marquez. Of course Marc is going to have his day. 2 in a row. I'm back, baby. That's what he's going to be saying. Here comes the men in white.
Bezzecchi track limits.
And Alex Marquez goes wide, coming out of Calvone. Marco Bezzecchi looks to throw it up the inside line. He's getting super tight into turn 15 now as well. Marquez shuts that door. Bezzecchi will just challenge him. 3 to go here in San Marino.
2.3. Quartararo track limits.
Well, that's our fault. We said about it.
Yeah, at least. Oh my god, so many people.
He was 2 tenths fast that lap last time as well, Marc Marquez. Compared to Pecco Bagnaia.
Does the 2 arrows pointing each way mean they've changed bikes? Or
Yes.
Like
That's a bike swap. Because swap.
I wonder if they will get a penalty.
You alright?
Yeah.
You want to try that again?
No. I wonder if they'll get a penalty.
I doubt. Yeah, we should try 3rd time. Okay, that was well timed. That was Vinales' data card coming up. Do you think they'll get a penalty?
Yeah, do you think they'll get a penalty?
I don't know. Stewards don't take notice of bikes, and the consistency's all over the place. I think they might get away with it. They would have black flagged them by now.
Maybe I just want them to finish the race. I am super tired and I do not feel well.
Oh, look at Bezzecchi closing in on Alex. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Someone get me a cattle prod. Just up the inside. Again, just edgy on the brakes. Marquez is now 2.3 seconds clear to Bagnaia with 2 laps to go. Oh, that's a brave move from Bezzecchi, trying to go on the outside line at turn 14. Not the way. 2 left at 15 and 16. Super fast last corner here. I think he's practicing for a dive bomb on the last lap. He's have to wait because there's 2 to go. Down towards turn number 1 again. Just holding it together nicely. Marc Marquez in complete control of this race. Pecco Bagnaia in P2. Bastiani's 3rd, Binder's 4th, Alex Marquez P5. It's an interesting little championship battle that's developing here. I'm enjoying this. Because now we're going into a week's break. Then we're back here at Misano for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. But then the flyaways, Indonesia, Japan when I'm away. It's going to be to and fro. Oh, to make you a bit happier, Japan's an hour earlier this year, so you get to go back to bed early. Then it's back over to...
That also means I have to wake up early.
Yeah, but then it's over to Australia. And you like Australia because it's at 2 a.m. for us, so you just go back to bed afterwards. Wait till I tell there's a Formula 1 race on Monday. In America, it's fine, it's fine.
So it's late at night?
Yes. Does mean that we are completely screwed because we actually technically have MotoGP F1 in the morning for us. Yeah, Megan's now just working that out. Bezzecchi's going to go for it. He's launched up Alex Marquez into turn 14. I told you he was planning it. Oh, Alex tries to come back. Can't do it. Marco Bezzecchi up into 5th position. Superb move. That was perfect. On the inside line at 14. Shut the door when it needed to. Didn't let Alex come back through, and it's perfect.
And we're back to the battle for 15.
Marc Marquez is on his last lap, about to win his 87th career victory across 125cc, Moto2 and MotoGP. It will be his 61st victory in the series and back-to-back as well on the line. Look at that. He's 3.1 seconds clear to Bagnaia. Bagnaia very much just thinking of the championship right now. I can't, look at that. It's a classic livery on course to win a race. It looks beautiful. It's the same livery they had in Silverstone. In case you were realising it looked familiar. Yeah, that weekend when everybody thought that they were all in white and we could not work out what the hell was going on.
And we just had to differentiate them by the stripes.
Tao says, are my eyes really showing Marc Marquez leading a race? For the second week running, your eyes are not deceiving you. It's the last sector. He took a grand slam a week ago in Aragon. He said, don't call it a comeback. I've been here all season long, ready and willing. Just give me the opportunity. In his conditions, he soared again. The man in white is number one in Italy. The San Marino Grand Prix goes to Marc Marquez. The two back-to-back races have been won by Magic Mark. Second for Bagnaia. Anea Bastianini in his home race is third. Binder is fourth. Bezzecchi finishes in fifth place as well. What an absolutely storming ride. Anea Bastianini in Rimini is on the podium. His home race, literally, but it's, look at Mark. It's 2019 all over again. Week after week. Come on, he's saying.
He's so happy.
Alex Marquez finally gets to congratulate him on the circuit. Marc Marquez wins the San Marino Grand Prix. His second win in a row and of the season. His 61st career win. I don't think there's anything stopping him from winning the rest of the year.
There better not be anything.
He's been nowhere all weekend long, and he's got it. Fantastic. Back to back. That is sheer poetry.
He's not even holding onto the bike.
No, he's not. On a greasy track.
I don't understand how Mark somehow has the ability to turn the bike while he is not holding onto it.
First time Mark has won back-to-back wins since the last races he won. The last two races he won in MotoGP were back-to-back, America and Emilia-Romagna at this circuit. He's now gone back and won Aragon, and he's won here at Mazzano again. So he does back-to-back, stops a while, back-to-backs. He's not going to stop now. He is a man returned to form.
I feel like he feels a lot more confident.
Oh, 100%. Look at the championship though. Martin leads 312 points to Bagnaia, 305. A 7-point difference back. And you know, with the amount of races we've got left, if Bagnaia and Martin continue... Mark Marquez only 53 points back. It's not that far back.
Take it easily.
We've got further gaps in Moto 2 and Moto 3.
Yeah, it's a bigger gap in F1, but we still think Lando might take it.
Exactly. Marc Marquez stands every chance of being the ultimate surprise and showing these young guns exactly who's boss.
If you have that gap at this point in the season, then it's still entirely possible. I mean, it's not really anyone's game stopping until like the last 3 to 4 races of the year.
Yeah. And considering that Bagnaia and Martin continue to have these moments where they're just up and down, Marquez, I think, has come back from like 160, something like that. He's come back massively. I've opened up IndyCars in MotoGP. I've done it again. I'm trying to get to the chat there. Martin did get that last points playing position, so it's not 6 points, but he is going to regret that decision to come in because it was his choice.
He didn't think it through.
No, he didn't. Let's just take a look at the races we've got coming up. Emilia-Romagna at this circuit again. Mixed conditions again, anybody's guess. Indonesia, that's a Marquez kind of track. Japan, well, we all know Marc Marquez loves Japan. He's won championships there as galore. Australia, high-speed circuit, that suits Mark. Thailand, he's done it before. He went on a Honda, he nearly won it. Malaysia and Valencia as well. So what's that? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19... 27 races left plus 7 races. 14 races effectively still left this season. A hell of a long way to go.
It's a good amount of time.
Technically it's 7 plus... It's technically 12 and a half races left because you had the sprints for his half points. But that's still enough time for Marc Marquez to get himself back in the title fight easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Do you reckon he's going to be thinking that?
Possibly.
After these 2 races?
He's certainly going to be told it.
Yeah. And Bagnaia and Martin are going to be very worried because if these two continue making mistakes, Marquez is now on form.
And then they see the man who has had so many championships in MotoGP, starting to win more races. They're going to be shaking.
I would love it if Marc Marquez ended up winning this title in whatever bizarre end-of-season twist we've got coming.
It would be so funny.
Yeah. Which Ducati wins it? Oh, Marc Marquez on his first go, yeah. It's just sheer poetry. I am in love with what we're watching right now in MotoGP. And even in Formula 1. We start the year going, oh, it's going to be boring, it's boring. We get to halfway and we go, what on earth is going to happen next week?
Do you know, with the Europe team for F1,
yeah,
the points scored for each team, Red Bull were 4th. Whereas McLaren had massive height, and then I think it was Ferrari, and then it was Mercedes.
And it's going to continue in like this.
And then Haas.
Yeah, Haas have had a good proposal. But it's going to continue on this because if you look at the races in the last couple, Mark's got more points than any of the 2 championship leaders compared to him. Because the two, they keep making mistakes. Martin crashed out in Germany. Bagnaia crashes out in Aragon. It's just those mistakes are cataclysmic.
And they're just leading to Mark winning.
What happened in Silverstone? Someone went down at Silverstone, remember? It was 2 or 3 at the line.
Bagnaia, I think.
Yeah. It's just more and more, again and again and again.
I'm going to go.
The RAC Club TT Celebration is an hour-long race.
So that's 3:30. It ends.
Is that at 2:30 it starts?
Yeah.
Just double-checking that. I'll be covering. Oh, great. So I'll go for another hour to an hour.
Can I just see Rossi?
Valley's here, yeah. Yeah, 2:30 until 3:30, and then the Glover Trophy. Go back then to the Glover. Great, so I've got an hour race coming up. After
You
that.
get like an hour break.
No, I don't.
50.
No.
30.
No.
You do get some sort of break.
I don't know. Right, cheers, Meg. See you in 2 weeks.
Bye-bye.
So we've got about 20 minutes left then of the first session of day 1 here in Buriram before the practice starts, and then session 2 will start at 20 past the hour, so in around about 40 minutes time. Just enough time then to listen to the sprint race from Emilia-Romagna in 2 weeks after the San Marino Grand Prix. We went back there. Let's take a listen to the sprint race. Before then, we'll go for the practice start sessions.
Hello and welcome to the sprint for the Emilia-Romagna time at the weekend here in Mazzano for MotoGP, and I can't hear myself as well, so I'm just going to have to keep holding this. I'm going to read out the grid for you quickly. On row 1 we have Bagnaia, Martin and Bastianini. Row 2 is Binder, Costa and Bezzecchi. Row 3 is Morbidelli, Alicia Spargo and Oliveira. Row 5 is D'Antonio, Raul Fernandez and Luca Marini. Row 6 is Mia Zarco and Fernandez. Row 7 is Miller, Nakagami and Alex Marquez. And I think that's all of them. I am not completely sure. I don't even know if I actually managed to get like the grid numbers right, because in my mind I was going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Though in my mind I'm thinking, are you on that number? Though, you know, the doubt when you're counting. I still have that. Currently on the warm-up lap for the sprint. The Tissot sprint. We used to call it the Tissot sprint, but then we found out that's not how you say it. Even though it sounded so right, but apparently it was so wrong. 14 laps to go round this track. Currently we are on that lap 1 technically, given we include the formation lap in that thing. There are 13 laps to go round in the sprint. About halfway through the warm-up lap everyone is. It is very sunny. Air temperature is 23 Celsius. The track temperature is 36 Celsius. That is a decent track temperature. Wish it could be higher, but still, it's decent. And I am quite thirsty right now. Though I've left my drink in my room, so coming up to the grid now, everyone checking where they are going. And my drink's just been handed to me. Thank you. About to get underway. Lights are about to go out. You can see the anticipation on each and every one of them, each checking where they are on the marks. 5 lights. And we'll go for the Tissot sprint. Everyone gets a good start. Martin gets an excellent start into turn 1. Further down the back of the grid, you can see it's 4 into 1 corner. Martin manages to get the upper hand on Bagnaia, however, and Bastianini into turn 1. Binder is in 4th place there. And, oh, I've been handed the iPad to do it. Still 13 laps to go. Augusto Fernandez goes right down to almost the bottom of the field. Acosta gets past Bezzecchi. And Miller goes into 18th place. Vinales gets past D'Antonio. And going into this corner now, we have 3 abreast right now. It looks kind of slow, the pictures, to me. I'm not as skilled as doing this as Joshua when it comes to the really fast talking on this way. Mir just dropped 2 places further down the back of the field. Binder tried to get past both Bagnaia and Bastianini at the same time, but failed. Already a almost 7/10 gap between Martin and Bagnaia. Hold on, my pictures have just gone a bit blurry. Marquez has gone into 4th position, passing Brad Binder. Quartararo passes Bezzecchi, and my screen's gone blurry again, so I'm going to have to go off this. And who's that moving? Ralph Fernandez made his way up the field to even get past his own teammate even more, given the bad start that they kind of had. Wasn't the greatest, wasn't too bad though. Right, 12 laps to go. Lap 1 has already been completed. Oh, and my pictures have finally gone clearer, so I can actually properly talk now, because it is so hard with blurry screens. The gap has gone down between Martina Bagnaia to 5.5 tenths further down the back. Augusto Fernandez drops into 20th after getting passed by Zarco. Everyone keeping extremely steady at the moment, trying to build up. The gaps are slowly increasing, however. Acosta is getting very close to Binder, trying to go around the inside, and can he hold it going into this straight? He can. He has managed to pass and hold off Brad Binder going round one of the corners. Here's an onboard of Acosta right now. Keeping it steady and just narrowly avoiding the green. I think this is turn 11 right now that we just saw. Yeah, I think it would be. And that's Bastianini with a track limits warning. No jump starts according to the notifications. Martin's just set a 1:30.920, and that is Augusto Fernandez with a track limits warning as well. So obviously they have hit the green going round. I think it was turn 8. Here is, I think that's turn 11 now. We're going round. Only 82 thousandths off the pace. Of course, the gap between Martin and Bagnaia is 5 tenths between the two of them. Bagnaia has just set a 1:30.838, however. 11 laps to go now. And what's that? Bagnaia has just been... Okay, Bastianini's just been given a track limits warning. And I saw... D'Antonio has been passed by Oliveira and Quartararo. That's who else I saw getting a track limits warning. Quartararo has been given a track limits warning. Seems like he was going past turn 2, it would have been, or 3. 2 or 3, I can't determine which one, though it seems he's got that going round one of those two corners. And Oliveira and Fernandez, rather is, keep passing each other continuously. They're in a fight right there, and Vinales has a track limits warning. Going past the line now, 10 laps to go. Entering into turn 1. Everything seems smooth for Bagnaia so far, trying to catch up as much as he can to Martin. Can't quite do it though. He is still remaining steady at 5/10, so he's closing the gap very quickly around these last 2 corners. And just managed to get it down to 0.4 of a second behind Martin. Currently on board with Martin now. You can just see Bagnaia just slowly getting closer and closer. He's just managed to get another 10th on Martin. So catching up very quickly, Martin is going to have to really take a defensive strategy near the end of this lap, it seems. So Bastianini is 8 tenths back from Martin, and time's just been lost for Bagnaia there. Though it was gained for Bastianini, his teammate. Morbidelli has just been given a track limits warning as well. That must have been going round, because where he is, yeah, that seemed to be like between the corners of 2 to 5. I can't be sure which, since he is not currently on screen. Currently looking at the lead group of Martin and Bagnaia, with Bastianini just very close behind. He is 7.5 tenths back now, Bastianini is. And Bagnaia has lost a 10th of a second, it seems. It's now up to 6 tenths, given he lost some time at that last sector, last lap. Right, 9 laps to go now. Currently we have 5 riders on track limits. Currently the gap in the standings is Martin leading by 10 with 324 points, with Bagnaia trailing 10 behind, so I think that is a increase of about 4 points, maybe 3 points. So the gap's just been put down to 0.427 between the 2 championship contenders. And what's this? Acosta has a track limits warning. Didn't he already have one? No, he didn't already have one, though he's just received one. That's near the end. It appears he got that near the end of the lap. Going on to lap 8 nearly. Entering the final 2 corners. And what will the gap be when we cross this line between Martin and Bagnaia? Further down the field, we can see a really close battle forming between Aleix Espargaro and Oliveira. They only have a 10th between each other. The gap is 4 tenths between Martin and Bagnaia, however. A second has been made between Bastianini and Martin, however. So obviously Bastianini has lost a bit of time, since he has actually got extremely close now to Marquez. Maybe 8 tenths away, but still that's extremely close for him. Bagnaia is on. We are on board with him right now. And is that another? Nakagami has just been given a... Did I miss that one off? I obviously didn't see that one before, but Nakagami has a track limits warning. That makes 7 people with the track limits. Fastest lap goes to Bagnaia with a 1:30.792. Slowly catching up to Martin. The gap now between the 2 of them is 2 tenths of a second. Closest it's been all race, apart from when they started, obviously. Or even then, he lost a lot of time on the opening lap, because Martin got such a good and smooth getaway. I don't think we've actually had a replay of that so far. Aleix Espargaro has finally been passed by Oliveira, and Marini has just lost 2 places to Mia and Zarco, so he must have gone wide a bit there. Yeah, I'm having to drink a lot because of how much commentary I've been doing today and without a drink. Right, Miller's just Okay, I'm confused about this. Who just passed Miller? I feel like Miller was just passed and then he got the position back straight away. So obviously that was a very failed attempt at a pass. Currently looking at Martin and Bagnaia. Bagnaia getting extremely close there. However, the gap looks to be getting even further away. The gap seems to be going steadily back to 0.4 of a second between the two of them throughout these last few laps. 7 laps to go though, and the gap between Bagnaia and Bastianini now is 1.2 seconds. Obviously Bastianini is losing a lot of time. Either that or Martin and Bagnaia are just seeming to just sprint away. Mind the pun. Right, so it's just a replay of Bagnaia almost losing it, it seems. He almost lost it going round one of the turns. I think it was one of the hairpins, to be honest. Currently on board with Martin just then. And wow, my throat is really dry. And Mia has a track limits warning. See, he's battling too much with Miller, but he keeps getting track limits warnings. Right. So, people with track limits currently are Bastianini, Acosta, Quartararo, Morbidelli, Vinales, Fernandez, Augusta that is, and Nakagami, that I can see. 6 laps left to go. Currently looking at the battle between Bagnaia and Martin. I'd love to see one of the midfield battles. I mean, I get this is an exciting battle. Martin's just had a track limits warning. Okay, now that's exciting. Though he did end up losing 0.2 of a second with that track limits warning. And I just saw something change on here. Alex Marquez has just been given a track limits warning on board with Bagnaia right now. Getting closer and closer to Martin. The gap is now just under 0.2 of a second between them, and that's going around a corner. So gap is getting closer and closer. I've just seen Mia pass Zarco for 18th position. 6 laps left to go, and here's the track limits for Martin cropping up. Right, on board with Bagnaia. And now we get a bird's eye view of the two of them. Oh, please. Bagnaia tries to go round the outside of Martin. Can he hold it? Yes, he can! Bagnaia manages to finally get past Martin, and I swear I just heard a crowd. I'm not sure. Which is weird, because I'm not sure whether grandstands are open. I swear the few fans that are actually there are very loud. So that means Bagnaia is now in the lead. Martin now has a 1.3 gap to... Here's a replay. Oh, it appears that Martin went slightly off, so that's where he's lost a bit of time and got closer to Bastianini. So that allowed for Bagnaia to go around the inside of him. I can't be sure what corner it is. Looks like 10-11. But... oh, it could be. But it looks like Bagnaia was just able to get past him due to that one tiny little mistake in going on the curves, that little tiny bit. And Bagnaia was just able to get through, and he has already gained 0.5 of a second to Martin, and Bastianini seems to have woken up a bit since he's closing down the gap between him and Martin, which is now 0.2 closer. The gap's now increased between Bagnaia and Martin to 0.6, and Oliveira has a track limits warning. 5 laps to go of this sprint race. Currently, the order stands with the top 10 being Bagnaia, Martin, Bastianini, Marc Marquez, who's calling up the order, Acosta, Binder, Quartararo, Bezzecchi, Morbidelli, and Vinales. Just outside of the points, Oliveira and Aleix Espargaro are currently battling it out for 11th position, trying to get into 10th. So can't quite make it. 4 laps to go now. That was a very long lap. Does anyone else feel like lap 5 just went really, really long? Right, so Josh was right. I do say right several times. Currently looking at Marc Marquez. Is this a replay? What happened to him? Okay, so going round, I'm pretty sure that's turn 11. Oh, he went off the track at turn 13. He went off the track at turn 13, completely missing. He literally went straight across the green and just went right onto the thing. Thankfully avoided the gravel and managed to stay on the bike. But a long lap penalty for Mir, exceeding track limits. So he will have that's the same message cropping up. And Alex Marquez further down the field passes Raul Fernandez for 14th. And Aleix Espargaro has been given a track limits warning. 3 laps to go of the sprint race. A 5/10 gap between Bagnaia and Martin, and between Martin and Bastianini there's a 1.2 second gap, so it appears like Bagnaia and Martin will be our first and second unless something unimaginable happens, which is kind of not unimaginable. If one or both of them crash out, I mean, it's happened before. I'm sure it's happened today. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's happened today with Bagnaia. No, not Bagnaia. Martin. And, yep, I think Mir is about to do his long lap penalty, meaning he will go into last position because no way he's making up the time he will lose. 3 laps to go. Currently on board with Martin, trying to get past Bagnaia. He's just losing time. That is... Okay, so let's look at this. Increasing speed going round the corner. Yeah, he seems to be... He can't make it. He's maintaining a 5/10 gap between the two of them, which keeps increasing as it goes on. And Martin... Was that Martin going slightly wide there? So he's just lost a tiny little bit of time there. Going across the line now, it's 2 laps to go. That gap between Bastianini and Martin is actually getting extremely close now. Well, it's getting closer and closer. And it's just trying to look here. No one else has got a track limits warning since. And I believe Q2 has just finished F1. Anyone wants to know, here's a replay of turn 13. And that is where the pass on Martin from Bagnaia happened. So that's where it happened. I couldn't figure out whether it was turn 11 or not. But it's turn 13, and yeah, that was just so simple for Bagnaia to do. Speaking of, I'm pretty sure this is turn 13 right now. Nope. No, that is turn 15, I believe. And I'd love to see the battle between Bezzecchi and Quartararo right now. Well, the battle in that area at least. Because... Can you please... Okay, there's a 6/10 gap between Bagnaia and Martin. I'd love to see more from the people who are extremely close together. Just seen 2 notifications pop up. Zarco has a track limits warning, and Raul Fernandez has a penalty due to a shortcut. So he has a penalty. Last lap of the Tissot sprint in Emilia-Romagna. Oh, that's what I saw. Bezzecchi has finally got past Quartararo. So can he hold the position? I'd love to see that battle right now, but it's not showing up. And Quartararo has taken back 7th position from Bezzecchi. He is really going for it this weekend. I can imagine that in the race tomorrow, he is just going to be trying to get as close as he can to that podium. I'm really hoping for Quartararo to actually get a podium tomorrow. And someone else just got a track limits warning, though it was not showing up. Right, so Oh, I believe Bastianini just took another track limits. I can't be completely sure, though I can swear he got on that green. Final sector now. I'm so tempted to stand up whenever it's the final sector, though cannot because I'm sitting down. Right, final sector going into, I believe this is the final corner, and Bagnaia manages to hold off Martin, and he crosses the line. Bagnaia crosses the line in first position with Martin in second, and third his teammate of Bastianini. That is brilliant. Bagnaia, who at the start of this race got such a bad start, while Martin just manages to go right ahead in the start, and Nakagami has been given 19th, I believe, on the entrance to the line, and the gap now in the championship is only 4 points between Martin and Bagnaia, with Bagnaia in the lead with 321. So I will read you through the order quickly, since we have to get over to the other F1 thing. In first, winning. Oh, who's that? Ralph Fernandez has a 3-second penalty, failed to comply with his long lap penalty, it seems. Right, on the podium for the sprint race is Bagnaia in first, second is Martin, even though he had an amazing start. He just lost it halfway through the race, going wide. Third is Bastianini, fourth is Marquez, fifth is Acosta, Binder is in sixth, seventh is Quartararo, Bezzecchi's in eighth, ninth is Morbidelli, Vinales is in 10th, 11th is Oliveira, 12th is Aleix Espargaro, D'Antonio comes in 13th, 14th is Alex Marquez, 15th is Ralph Fernandez, Jack Miller is 16th, Luca Marini 17th, Sarko is in 18th, Nakagami 19th, 20th is Augusto Fernandez, Mir is in 21st. So thank you for watching. Please go over to JB Motorsports 1 because there is a qualifying going on for F1. Congratulations to Bagnaia on his sprint race victory. Oh, and he's lost his flag. He has dropped his flag on the track. Well, someone will pick that up soon, I assume. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Well, that's the end then of the first session of the day here from Buriram in Thailand. The day splits up into two different parts. Right now, the riders are doing a practice start session, but they're relegated to stay inside the pit lane. Session 2 coming up in around about 10 minutes' time, so it's just enough to run through what's happened first of all here and give you the full results rundown.
Hello, and
despite the fact that Megan started talking again, because for some reason it's restart when source becomes active, which is not what I told it to do. So that's going to be fun when we get live later. So, end of the first session then here, and it's Alex Marquez who is fastest on a 1:29.649. Pedro Acosta goes second fastest, 1:29.904. Marc Marquez third, 1:29.911. Luca Marini's in fourth on a 1:29.928. Marco Bezzecchi in fifth, 1:30.185. Franco Morbidelli 6th, 1:30.288. Pecco Bagnaia is 7th, 1:30.351. Brad Binder in 8th, 1:30.376. Ayagura 9th, 1:30.453. Jack Miller rounds out your top 10 with a 1:30.605. Fabio Quartararo is in 11th, 1:30.654. Johan Zarco is in 12th, 1:30.723. Juan Mia's 13th on a 1:30.792. Alex Rins 14th, 1:30.861. Miguel Oliveira 15th, 1:30.892. Fermin Aldeguer 16th, 1:30.948. Ralph Fernandez 17th on a 1:30.975. Maverick Vinales 18th, 1:31.113. And Aya Bastianini 19th on a 1:31.247. The only crasher in this session, rider is okay. Somcat Chantra on home soil is 20th, 1:31.622. And Lorenzo Salvadori goes in 21st with a 1:31.879. Yeah, so right now the riders will be doing their practice start session before the second part gets underway in around about 10 minutes time. It's pretty much how the system is going to be working as we sort of balance up and down. What we are going to do though is take the opportunity to separate the streams. Now if you're watching us on JB Extra Live and on Twitch as well, you don't have to do a thing. All you have to do is stay watching the stream. But if you're watching us on JB Motorsports on the replay premiere, part 1 is going to be ending and part 2 will be uploaded soon as well, as soon as we've completed. So if you're watching us here live, stay exactly where we are. So it's the end then of the first part of the day here in Buriram, Thailand. It's been a very exciting session 1. If you're watching us live, stay tuned for session 2. Coming up shortly, we'll take a quick break to separate the streams.